All right, welcome everyone. We're showing off some amazing master glass blowing here. Glasshole is going to show us some, yeah, show us some epic plans he has for Rick's rig here.
Dude, I am so excited, bro. I've been like waiting for this the entire week, bro. I've been dreaming about it, and I don't even dream.
So this is the start to the downstem. So right now I'm starting the sculpting process.
Mm,
But not the downstem, the drain on the inside.
mm. Gets me hyped up.
So how are all the preparations? I hear preparations are like, man, the thick of the work
You know the
when it
prep
comes.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm already 12 hours in at this point, and I haven't even started putting the piece together.
yeah, okay,
No, so like for instance, I've got the green and purple that are on here. Uh, they're they're my favorite greens and purples as far as the tonality. I've
Mhm.
got Empire from North Star, and I've got Timber, but neither of them is immediately a transparent color. Um, like Timber is
Right.
super opaque; you can't see through the shit at all.
So you're
Oh
working
shit.
the translucency into the glass, yeah.
So there's translucency in the green because I spent hours already like turning the solid green into a tube, and then you slide that tube over or under a clear tube. And basically, I watered the green down like 10 to 1.
All right, makes sense, man.
Yeah, that's how I made it transparent.
That's raw.
But that shit just takes forever.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I just remembered. Okay, so I was talking to Jammerai about this. I'm going to be buying a dot bracelet eventually. They're like $30. It's a one-time purchase, and you can get the bracelet. They have a card as well, or this pops sticker a sticker thing that goes on the back of your phone, and basically you can scan it up to people's phones and it instantly puts all your contact info into their phone, your Venmo, your social media, your
Yep,
um your
that's the bulk
YouTube
pages.
channel link and all that right into their phone and you don't have to do anything. How awesome is that? And then it even has a QR code on the back for people who have Samsungs. It's a one-time purchase.
I just keep that shit printed on a piece of paper sitting in my on my booth. All my shit's
Really?
just QR codes.
Fuck yeah. That's
I'm
smart.
always these days I'm so afraid of hackers to be like, don't touch my fucking phone.
Hot. I touch it. I feel you on that, bro. Did you see the reel?
Yeah, yeah, I did. Yeah, I liked
Mm-hmm.
it.
Did you see the reel before that as well,
The
bro?
one with the prep. No, it's
Uh-huh.
been a crazy morning.
Oh yeah, bro. It was a slow-mo vid of this, dude. Oh my God. I am so excited. Like, I hope you know how much hits I'm gonna take out that rig. Oh, bro. Like, I've been like nonstop thinking about this. I even bought a lock for it, bro.
Yeah, this thing should chug.
So for
I'm gonna get a dab
downstems
going.
glass hole, what do you think of you poke holes into the downstem or do you just leave it more bare? Or what's your strat with that?
On the recycler. Like on the actual perk for the recycler, I usually like one big ass open hole. But
Yeah.
that really depends on how big the recycler is at the end. Because the recycler shouldn't splash. So having it just chug like a bong, that's how I like them.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, okay.
I want the table to rumble a little bit when you hit it.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
That's
What I'm
funny.
doing. I wonder if people hear that when I'm like rumbling the bong upstairs here. Uh,
All right, I'm gonna get this heated up, bro. So you know how you were talking about getting the blowtorch stuff and all that for Glasshole, right? Like for me and stuff. Like how like you were saying what I would need and stuff, right? Like this, and
Yeah.
this. Bro, guess what someone offered me? I was like, dude, it's a sign. It's a sign. Guess what someone offered me?
What, like a full setup?
No, a free welding table. A free solid steel hexagon welding table. And I was like, bro, I could cut that in half and put two halves together and boom. I got a full long ass like setup.
It's a
You
good
know what I mean?
it's a good base table, but put something over the top of it.
I know I'll
So
have to get one of those mats to roll on it and stuff.
oh, I just mean like my tabletop is wood. Like I've blown glass on stainless steel, and that shit's reflective, and you just get like a massive sunburn. It
Oh.
also gets the table itself gets hella hot.
Oh, so I'll have to put something on it.
Yeah. Like I have two different things in my shop. The wood is on the table, but another thing that people use is what's on the wall back there, which is that gray concrete board. It's the same
That's
shit
what
that
I
they
was
use.
talking about. The
Yeah,
concrete
it's the same
thing.
shit they use in the kitchen so that you don't like set a hot pan on a stove or on a counter and burn it down.
Okay. So that's expensive though.
Yeah, but you only need one. Like $20.
Okay.
So that's just crazy, the science of you getting burned through the reflection of the table, which is like, dude, that's like a laser or something burn. Yeah.
Even our solid rods, if I'm heating up one end, it's like fiber optics. That light shoots to the other end, and the other end can get hot as shit.
Okay.
And you never even heat it over there. Yeah, that transference of light into heat.
Yeah. Yeah. Some guys have a background in chemistry and all this. And I'm like, it's no wonder,
Yep.
man. Like it's really connected.
Yep. My science teachers would be proud.
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
But we're
Bro,
all a little bit of a plumber, a little bit of an electrician, a little
Yeah.
bit of a carpenter. You kind of have to be.
I think it's
fuck
work
yeah.
hot or something. He was
Welder.
talking about he has a bachelor's in chemistry. And so
Yeah.
it helps him with the colors he was talking about. Pretty sure.
Yeah, if you're making them. Because it's all chemistry. It's not like paint. You can't mix the red and I mean, what am I getting at? You can't mix like red and yellow and get orange. It doesn't work that way. You'll get a chemical reaction and you'll get something ugly.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Brown shit will come out, bubble out or something.
Yeah. But that's why every color has a different price too.
Right.
I mean, the green I got on here is roughly 50, $60 a pound, but the purple I have on here is twice that.
Damn.
So they range a
Yeah, I
lot.
paid $150 to get a pound of it shipped.
They range a lot, huh? So you could have like a color being 10 times more than the next one. Assuming.
Yeah, and that's why sometimes when somebody asks for a price on a piece, but they've already specified what colors they are, they're like, well, that seems a little expensive. I'm like, the materials are double.
Purple. Yeah.
And all it is purple versus green.
Yeah. So you say if you got a blue, that would be a way less expensive.
Cobalt oxide is super cheap. So, yeah, cobalt's usually one of the cheapest colors I can get. But pinks, purples, usually the more expensive because they have gold
Cheers.
in them.
Yeah, they have elemental gold. Yeah.
Yep.
Cheers, man.
Oh man, I have to heat it up a little more on it. Okay, wait, never mind.
Oh, it's okay.
Gold
I got
one.
you on camera now. You want to take the rip? Check that out. There you go. Yeah, it's a nice white out, dude.
I'm quitting nicotine.
You know what,
After
dude?
that
Your
hit, I'm
piece.
quitting nicotine.
I was just thinking, man, your piece does look a lot like Whimsical's tentacles design for sure. Yeah, we just did an interview, Glasshole. This guy Whimsical, he's doing all sorts of tentacle and eye designs. He's doing a lot of the handiwork, the handcrafted glass, small pieces.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Like craft fair stuff rather than pipes. Is that what you're getting at?
Neck pieces, bowls. Yeah, he can't do like large pipes without the lathe.
Gotcha.
So amazing eyes, like Cthulhu eyes and everything. It's the surrealist, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Those surrealist artists really fascinate me.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Breathe.
Yeah, so I'm thinking,
I'm trying.
I'm thinking I would want to have like a cat with mushrooms coming out of its head and slit eyes. You know, like how snake eyes,
Yep.
right? They're slit. Oh, I love those.
Yeah, I need to make some new ones. The slit eye Millie. I was gonna make a frog the other day, and I was like, I can't use its round eyes. Like this needs to have that slit eye, or it's gonna look weird.
I
You'd
know, it would
make
be
me
cool, too.
cry if I would have seen a frog.
With slit eyes, and it just looks like it's about to kill you or something.
Well, no, it's
Hell yeah.
just because my ex, she like, bro, a year and 8 months, she loved frogs. She loved them. And I hated it. I hated it about her, bro. But this is the one damn thing I remembered about her. Like, damn. And all of a sudden, y'all hear, shout out to Tiffany if you ever hear this. I still want you.
Oh,
Man, I wish I knew a Tiffany. I hear so many people make jokes about a woman named Tiffany, but man, like maybe she just might be it, you know? Maybe they're saying something.
The joke I would make is it's probably a prostitute name, you know, like, but maybe not.
What?
Tiffany? It sounds like a prostitute name. You get me?
You know,
That's what comes
I
to mind.
actually was with a girl once who said she was a hooker. Well, not a hooker, sorry.
Yeah,
A stripper.
and her name's
Stripper.
like Tiffany or Crystal.
No.
or something.
She was a stripper.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
She I told my homie, I was like, bro, I'm gonna do it. He was like, what? He was like, what do you mean? It's like, bro, I'm gonna turn a hoe into a housewife. I can do it.
No. You're not that.
And-
No. You can't. No.
you're not that
And-
guy.
And that's when everyone told me, bro. And I was like, nah, bro, nah.
No,
All
because
you
you
gotta have
don't
is
want it in the
confidence.
I was
first
like,
place.
bro,
You're
get it.
mistaking.
I
You're
was like,
mistaking
dude,
your
I got it.
desires, bro. Like you don't want that in the first place, and that you just didn't understand at
bro.
the time.
And I went into it with such confidence. Oh, 20 dudes in her DMs.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I was like, that ain't even funny.
Past history proves pretty accurate, man. Yeah.
So, yeah, bro.
With
Learn
people.
my lesson.
With people. Some people don't change all that much. And if they do, it's because they almost die or something, right? So people are like that.
Facts. Yo, Glasshole.
Yes, sir.
Bro, guess what happened to me, man?
Oh, I can't even imagine what happened.
I took a shot, and you're gonna laugh at me for this. You're probably gonna call me a dumbass. Took a shot with Jamrai here. Well, not
Yeah.
with him.
Feel
For
rubbing
him. It
alcohol.
was his birthday. I
Yeah.
cleaned out the shot glass with rubbing alcohol before I took my shot. And then I rinsed it out. Well, not rinsed it out. I poured a little water in there.
Uh-huh.
and then I wiped it out with a Kleenex. I didn't get all the ISO out of it, and I poured my alcohol in there.
That would have worked if you had let the shit evaporate.
Bro, listen though, and it gets bad. It gets really bad. I took the shot, and it fucked my stomach, bro. I got super dizzy. Like, bro, my vision was like fading in and out. Like it felt like I was like heavily wasted, and it didn't feel good. It was horrible. I was like, bro, I was ready to puke.
Maybe you don't
And
fuck with
I just,
alcohol. You know what I mean? If you don't drink it
I
that
fell
much,
asleep on stream.
it's
I fell asleep on stream.
yeah. I mean, it's traditionally a poison, bro. If you're not used to alcohol, it can definitely smack you. But
Well, no, ISO is poison. It's different. It's completely different. The chemical, like
far
makeup
more
of
toxic. Yeah.
ISO, no, it's literally, bro. It's not even it's not even the same. You're not supposed to drink it at all. Drinking ISO is dangerous. It's very dangerous. Do not ever drink rubbing alcohol. Never. It's very dangerous.
No one. I don't think anyone wants to though.
Well, I've thought about it, so don't say
Yeah.
that.
Oh no. No, that would burn your shit so horribly, dude.
Yep.
Dude, I've drank Tito's before.
That will give you like burn scars and
And dude, honestly, after what happened, like, wasn't that bad on my throat. Shit, I wish that was the only part that I had to deal with. The pain in my throat. That went away in seconds. Bro, it was not that bad. But it was the pain in my stomach. It destroyed my stomach. Oh, it just destroyed me, bro. Dude, you do not know how excited this makes me to see you make this. But say what you were gonna say.
I was gonna say, hopefully, lesson learned.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't be
Yeah.
drinking fucking ISO.
Well, don't clean out your shot glass with ISO unless you're gonna wash it out with water after.
Yeah.
Like actually wash it. You gotta full on you gotta actually wash it, not just like pour a little water in there, wipe it out with a Kleenex. That was dumb on my part.
You got to get it as clean as you would your rig.
I know. Then again, though, I mean, I've inhaled ISO on accident out of a rig too. So,
So
hey.
my wife put water in it without cleaning it out all the way. Fucking
Oh,
blew out my lungs, dude. I was so
yeah.
pissed.
Yeah, dude, it like hurts
It
so
burned
bad.
so bad.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's just like it feels like the Sahara Desert just straight in your lungs.
Yeah.
oh, I get you. I feel that.
Bro, I need to quit nicotine. I'm trying to actually quit nicotine before I get your piece, bro.
So there was a book they were
So
talking
start
about.
yeah.
I've already been trying to quit. Like that's why I put it in the back of my wheelchair. I've been slowly trying to cut it down every day.
There
I've
you
heard
go.
about this book. Everyone who reads this book stops cigarettes, right?
Bro, I just know how much it's fucking up my fucking lungs, bro. I'm not stupid. Like,
I've been smoking for 25 years, bro. I feel it.
It's Alan
exactly.
Carr. It's Alan
Like
Carr.
smoking
So this guy
smoking
wrote a book.
wax isn't bad,
Yeah.
but smoking a vape, bro, and then also wax, because wax isn't weed and stuff doesn't actually have that many long-term damage, like that much long-term damage on your lungs. Like as much as
Depends
people
on how
think
your
it
shit's
does.
made.
Exactly. And if you're, taking your hits correctly,
Right. You don't
Yep.
inhale super deep fucking instantly as soon as it's burning.
Yeah, Jamrai educated me on that. That's the first thing Jamrai has educated me on. Yeah, bro, I was shocked. I was shocked.
Wait, what do you mean?
I was like, whoa. At
What?
least I'm talking in the weed industry stuff, like the glass.
Yeah.
Because I knew a little bit more than Jamrod to begin with.
Oh,
So
with the
I was shocked
bangers
when he
and the
told me
dabs and
this.
everything. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
bro,
I'm
especially with dabs. I was
yeah,
like, what? I was
yeah.
like, my boy knows more on this for what?
And
You
I
gotta get your
basically
dab etiquette down.
what
I
is it?
know.
So you gotta get your dab etiquette down.
Oh, for sure, dude. I was thinking I might get a terp slurper and just put it on my reg.
I want
Yeah.
to get multiple.
Oh man, next thing you know, you're gonna have a marble collection too.
I probably will. And I'll have, bro. I was even talking about it, bro. I want to get like some beads. Do you ever make beads?
I would on request, but no, it's not something I normally do.
Okay, bet, bro.
Been there, done that shit.
I might get some beads later down the line, bro. I might get some
All right.
beads later down the line. I, cause I want to get I'll first have to get some wood beads to put between them, just so like stuff doesn't break. But I want to like actually like get a really sick raw ass fucking necklace.
I mean, you shouldn't have to put any wood beads between them so they don't break. The glass is super thick when it's a bead.
Yeah, but bro, glass
But
against
that's up to you.
glass, glass against glass. You know.
Yeah, that's true, but it's end to end. It's not like it's like this. It's not. I don't know. It's up to you.
I get you.
Yeah, like I'm
I
trying
get
to,
it.
as crazy as it sounds, make a health-based smoking strategy. Just not smoking like way too often, inhaling super deep, or scorching the shit out of yourself. Right. So
Yeah.
all that health science stuff, I've been through that rabbit hole. I've been looking up like how to solve certain diseases for years now. And there's a lot of good research. It's just, the deal breaker is that a lot of doctors and researchers are out there are just not doing the best job. And some of the data is totally irrelevant sometimes.
Yeah. Not
So
until they see some money into it.
so when you look at weed studies, this is exactly what I'm talking about when I'm looking at weed studies to see if people actually get cancer from weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an increased risk, and then but you don't know what the variable is. If it's 1% increased risk, you see what I'm saying? You're gonna live like what 1 month less off your life, which is
No,
not a big difference. It's not gonna change anything, right?
no,
So
No, I'm gonna
that's
see yours
totally
at the
correct.
end, anyways.
Well, there's so many different things that can like add or subtract. Like I'm gonna be real with you, we're all kind of
I
fucked
know,
at the end of the day at this point in this
I
day and
know,
age. Like, bro, you know how much microplastics you probably have in your fucking nut sack alone that's fucking killing
bro,
you,
and
bro.
that's why,
Like, we're
dude.
all screwed. We're
I'm on
all
that.
screwed.
I'm on that, brother. There's this thing called fenugreek I take every day. That's it's just a seed, and it makes you have more sperm and energy and everything. Dude, it's just epic. So, and
Nice.
there's no like downside. It's cheap. It's like $10 for a bag of it. Yeah, there's yeah. It's actually except downside except unless you're a fucking you know a fucking fiend, a fucking sexual whore
Bro, no
fiend.
heart attack.
Then that's a downside, sure. But other than that, helps diseases, helps diabetes, stuff like that. So,
All right.
Prone to addiction.
so yeah, there are a lot of factors that are killing us out there, and it's best if we can minimize the weed factor, obviously, and just enjoy it as much as I can. Fine.
Yep.
So I'm planning on being like I don't know, a couple times a week smoker, and just killing it with some edibles. Usually, I think that's my plan for it. But right now, I'm having a great time. So until then. This book, if you guys are interested at all, this Alan, It was Alan Carr wrote this book, The Easy Way to Stop Smoking Cigarettes, and apparently a lot of people that works for. So
Okay.
I just heard that yesterday.
I've heard a lot of ways, honestly. The biggest truth is you just got to tell yourself, no, I'm done.
Yeah. And there's something weird about nicotine and cigarettes. It's strange that people, I get all these stories about people quitting smoking wraps and blunts from tobacco, and they only go with hemp and weed, and they're less sick and they get all these problems going away.
Bro, I'm trying to like stay away from this nicotine stick, bro, so bad, bro, but it's
Yeah.
it's the only thing that's on my
Yeah.
mind. I've been addicted for way too long.
Yeah. I
Way
mean,
too
my
long. If I
strat,
quit, bro, I help y'all realize we're talking like times 10 the breathing. It won't go fully back to normal, but bro, I guarantee you my lungs are gonna be a lot healthier than they are right now. And they already tell me my lungs are healthy. I'm gonna have like I'm gonna have super lungs, bro.
yeah,
I gotta let the piece warm up in the kiln for a minute, so we're just chilling.
you're
I'm
good, man.
smoking a cigarette. I didn't quit yet.
Bro, dude,
Yeah, I
you
feel you.
should join the fight with me. Join the fight.
Now I gotta get my wife in on it with me. That's the only way it's gonna happen.
Bro,
Good
dude, then
strat.
you gotta talk to her. You know what you gotta do?
Oh, we've quit. We both quit. We just can't ever manage to do it at the same time.
Oh,
So the other one ends up after a while. The other one just ends up getting suckered back in, kind of.
I
do you guys
know,
hang
bro.
out a lot? Or
That's why I'm worried
What?
about all my whole family like vapes.
so if you're around your wife a lot, I imagine you guys could like do anti-smoking deal somehow. But if you guys are like living pretty separate lives, I guess it would be more difficult. No.
For me, the hardest part is that I've been blowing glass for 25 years, and I've smoked while blowing glass for 25 years.
Uh,
So it's a huge habit to try and break. I kind of don't know what to do with the downtime, like these couple minutes that I need to chill here.
I
yeah.
feel you. No, I
I
feel
mean,
you,
it's
bro.
usually when I hop on Instagram or something, then I get sucked down a rabbit hole, and I'm not getting my work done anymore, and I got to find something that's something else.
Yeah, I'm
Dude,
sure everyone's
honestly,
at that point
that's
sometimes.
why. You know what you should do? Get a joint instead. You can smoke a
I
joint
can't
on your
smoke
free
weed
time.
like that and fucking work. I've never been able to. I'll
Really?
just yeah. I just get lazy as shit, and I'll just
Uh,
stop doing stuff.
damn,
Yeah.
damn, damn.
I
That's fucked.
take 3-4 dabs over the course of a day while I'm working, and that's it. I smoke weed when I get home, and it's time to like chill and watch some TV for a bit.
Wow.
But I definitely couldn't be like taking joints to the head all day long. No. I even tried that, like buying super shitty joints so that I wouldn't be really stoned.
CBD
And
joints? Yeah.
no.
CBD is, as far as I know, like I smoke some CBD cigarettes and they're like all right, but it has a soothing feeling. I think it wouldn't match cigarettes. I don't the way I react to nicotine is strange. I kind of get same sort of alcohol feeling where I get like a stomach feeling, and I just feel kind of dizzy sometimes.
Are you're not a regular smoker though,
No,
right?
no. I had nicotine out of the double ripper bong when my friend got it a while back a
Oh
few
my
years
god.
ago. He got this the double hitter. He'll be like,
Yeah, that'll
dude,
make you
I'm
just
so
pass
excited
out.
for this double hitter, bro. We gotta put the tobacco at the bottom so we're wasting no weed. And then that was it. That was basically the extent.
No,
Uh,
that's horrible. Why would you do that? That's horrible.
so is that gonna destroy the
I
bong?
mean,
Because
lots of
that's what I
people
hear.
No,
smoke
that's not gonna
split.
destroy your lungs because people over in the UK do it, but like I wouldn't recommend
Yeah,
it. Like that's
Europe
just
is like
not.
all spliffs. It's all half tobacco, half weed,
Moles,
But
yeah,
you'll
we
get
would hit the
or
addicted to
moles.
the
mostly weed with a
tobacco.
little tobacco. But
You'll
it's
get
yeah,
you'll get addicted to it easier. Like I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh, moles are
yeah,
beautiful.
exactly.
It's the feeling is so nice.
Dude, you know what I love? I love that British people in the UK talk so much shit on the US. But guess what? They don't got dabs. They don't have dabs. They only
They got
got
dabs. What are you talking about, man? I sell
no.
rigs in Europe all the time.
Yeah, but they don't have like mad dabs, bro. I'm talking in the UK, bro.
No,
Like
it's like
like
it usually
London,
was here.
London,
It's
bro.
small communities.
London,
Yeah.
London has no dabs.
No, it's small communities, and you got to know your guy. But if you know
Exactly.
your guy, you're a whole community. They
Bro, but
all
that's what I'm
know each
saying.
other.
Like, and it's so funny, bro, because like it cracks me up like how easy it is for people in the US to get what they need to get compared to people over there. And it's just I don't know. They talk so much shit but
Bro,
can't back it.
you're too young because fucking when I was growing up in the '80s and shit, or trying to get weed in the '90s, fuck that. Like going over to some sketchy dude's house, all he's got is maybe an ounce, and you're trying to get an eighth off of him, and it's way too fucking much for
Yeah,
some
I know.
shitty weed. And that's if you can find a guy. The
And that's
nights where
what
it take 2, 3, 4 hours driving around trying to find some fucking weed. Yeah. No, I love this shit. I can go to the store. Actually, at this point, because I make
Hey,
pipes, I trade for a lot of shit. Like I'm good.
fun fact, my area, not to brag, but it's been always pretty easy to get weed in this area. Like
Yeah.
always. Since even before I was like born. Like when my father was a young guy and he was going around, dude, they get weed like this entire bag, full for like I think it was like $3, or $5 or something. It was dirt cheap back then.
Yeah.
But it was
It was
because of
dirt.
the
It was dirt
quality.
weed. Yeah,
Yep.
it's like six
Yep. The
percent
quality of
THC.
this shit.
Yeah.
And then what's so funny? You always hear older people who like quit smoking for a long time, and then they come back to it, and they're like, "Something ain't right about this. Something's wrong. It's too strong.
Dude,
They changed something. They did something to it."
my dad's been smoking weed since the Vietnam War, and yeah, he can't hang. He's gotten a little bit used to the weed. I mean, he doesn't even buy top shelf. He's gotten a little bit used to the weed, but he won't take a dab. It just fucks him up.
you
Yep.
just need to put that CBD or something else in there to like break it down a little bit, break the
Yeah,
THC down. I've been
yeah.
putting a lot of THC in my weed bowls. I recommend that for sure. It gives you a different dimension, different
You
feeling.
said
Well,
THC. Everyone,
yeah.
you said THC. You mean CBD?
Both. I'm talking about the mix. Yeah. To break down the THC, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dilute it.
Diluted.
There you go.
I'm not diluting shit. Give me that
Yeah.
100% THC.
Uh, Bro,
No, even when medical was a thing, like I wasn't in this for I smoke weed because I like to get high. I always have.
Yeah.
fuck
Like
yeah.
it's not. I mean, I'm sure if I stopped smoking, I'd realize that I was in a bunch of pain or something. But I don't
Fuck
smoke it
that.
for pain. I smoke it because I enjoy being high.
Yeah.
So we did not get to ask you about this,
Uh-oh.
and you never mentioned it.
There's probably a reason for that.
You
Now, what's your
you
question?
were glass blowing in a time period when people were not okay with it, when they were
Yeah,
shutting down people,
yeah. I was smoking weed
smashing
in the
people's
time when I
glasses.
went to jail for it.
Bro, did they ever smash your glass?
No, I've had my shit taken from me, but nobody ever smashed anything.
No
Yeah,
one
they
ever took
smashed it in
anything.
front of
I
work comp,
smashed
right?
enough of my own shit rolling around in fucking cars in high school days, and you hop out of the gas station, and that bitch just pops out of your lap and shatters all over the ground.
Yeah. Now
And you always get
Warcott.
like the old lady gives you the dirty look, but the old man gives you a smile. Like,
What's it called? Workot, when he came on, he talked about it, and he said that
He was doing nothing illegal, right? The
yeah,
cops pulled him over, came in. They're like, hey, bro,
going to a
you know,
show.
they inspected him, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
They're like, hey, bro, what's this case here? They open it up. What is this, drugs? And then it's just pipes, Nothing wrong with that.
Pipes
Nothing
and pieces.
illegal. And then he's like, you should cut that shit out or something, you know. Stop smoking that shit or something. He's like, you know, all aggro on him. And then he takes the pipes out, smashes the pipes all over the ground. Yeah.
I never got pulled over at a time when I had a case of pipes on me, so I guess I'm glad I didn't. Washington's a little more chill though. Like that's not even back then. It wasn't weed, so really they didn't give a fuck if your pipe was dirty and the cop wanted to. If your pipe was dirty, you'd be in trouble. Pipe was clean, you wouldn't.
Yeah. Damn, dude. It's crazy. Yeah. If the cop wants to be a dick and he just wants to scour it for any trace of ashy flour.
What if that's someone's style? Like, what if someone makes it look dirty on purpose?
Yeah, I was talking about the idea where you had places
Sorry,
where
I'm
the
on a
ash.
video call. I'll check it out. All right. Sorry, guys.
If you need a little break, that's fine too. Don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, bro.
Oh no, it's all good. It's my neighbor. Just wants to show me his new toy. Sounds like a lawnmower.
Yeah, cool.
Where is... Bro, I keep looking for my nicotine.
I was just saying, yeah. So what if you had a bong design where you had sort of etching into the glass around where the weed, the water, bong water, weed, and buildup and residue is gonna be, and sort of make art out of that residue, like make streaks out of it somehow. I don't know how you would accomplish that.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I know it's hard to explain, dude. I get it. It's not easy to explain, for sure. So the inside, imagine the inside of a bong and the ash and residue that's building up, and oh, you're like, oh shit, I gotta clean my rig, right? But somehow have like niches in the glass where it can collect more residue than other pieces, than other parts of the glass, and then like sort of have the residue collect around a design.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I think resin is kind of an equal opportunist. Like it just goes wherever the hell it can.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so it would be an undertaking. I get you.
Man, nicotine.
I am just realizing that this thing's loud as shit, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hear anything while I do this. Like,
So, okay. You don't have headphones or anything?
that's considerably different. Not here. All that shit's at my house.
All right. Headphones will be useful.
Let me try something here.
Well, at least we hear you perfect. Your voice is coming out fine.
Yeah, I've got a speaker bar here if I can figure out how to make it do what I want to do.
Fucking bugs.
Connected. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I was trying to see if it would come through there.
Yeah, no,
If
it's
you
good.
can't get it, what you can do is put noise suppression on, and then you probably just won't be able to hear us. But we won't be able to hear the torch.
Yeah, we can't hear the torch. I've never heard the torch. Like, you know.
But if you have headphones in, you'll be able to hear us. At least, like, you can do something like that. Noise suppression, it'll cut out the blowtorch whenever you aren't talking.
I just don't have. I have some. I just don't have any down here.
Yeah. Or an earbud or anything.
Then you could just mute. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, if while
It's
you're
not
working
that.
on it.
I'm trying to get your guys' voices to play through my speaker. Hold on just a sec.
Ah,
I see. All right, I'm gonna pack up this bowl.
bro, it looks like I'm hitting my rig right now. Bro, I'm using it as my punching bag. You feel me? Y'all
Yeah,
think
I
this
think you
shit
can
could take a
definitely like smoke on some CBD and get a lot of work done. That's a that's a thing I've been feeling. Um, it works for me.
TBD, bro? That's a waste of weed, bro. That's
Yeah, I
a
know, but
waste of
guess what?
money, bro.
Guess what?
I don't know.
Man, it's half the price of weed. You know what I mean? So you can get
Yeah, but it's like not even a quarter of the effects, dog.
it depends on what effects you're talking about, right? Because
When you get when you know, bro, when you get real quality weed, bro,
yeah,
trust
I get
it.
you.
Like
You get
I'm
completely
telling you,
sauced.
bro, it has the balance. You know, it has the balance that you're talking about, the best balance.
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, bro, what makes the best weed's not only the highest THC level, it's how much like all this balance is and how well they balance everything and all that, bro. It's
100%.
very important. I'm dead serious, bro, because that
It is.
like at the end of the day, bro, that's why they all have different effects. Some make you, are good for anxiety. You know, some are good for, these kind of thoughts. Some are good for these kind of thoughts.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So what I'm saying is, it's what you're looking for, really, because I'm not looking to fall asleep on some like chronic, insane OG gorilla, whatever. But I do want something that can maintain my energy levels, right? I like that. I just like being the energetic motherfucker. So
Bro, Chronic Live. That sounds like a name.
yeah,
All right, we're just gonna give it a go. It's whatever.
yeah. You can hear us or no?
I can hear you.
All right, should be
I
fine.
don't usually have this. I don't usually have this thing cranked up all the way. We'll just see how it goes, though.
Okay, it's okay. For now, I'm not getting any noise or anything.
He's not using it.
No, I'm not worried about what you guys are hearing. I'm worried about being able to hear you.
All right, good.
Mm-hmm.
I get you. So
Hey,
yeah, if
Jamrai,
you're
you should
looking
close your
for,
stream.
I started smoking CBD because it's legal.
Jamrai, you should close the Instagram stream you still have open.
Yeah. Oh, that's just the
That's on
on the
Discord.
Discord. Yeah.
I know, yeah, but it would help your internet.
Doesn't really matter. Yeah, my computer is like
Oh,
a tank, dude. It can process anything.
okay. My bad.
It's surprisingly slow, even though it can process like any program. But it just the startup takes a long time. I didn't know it would take 10 minutes to start up that day. But that I guess that's normal. I don't know.
Mm.
It used to take 5 minutes to start up. That's the thing. And so I was talking about that to a guy who recommended me a solid state drive. He was saying, "Oh, I should get instead of the HDD, it's your storage device for all your files and everything, and you get a different storage unit." And that's not a big price tag. That's like $50 to $100 for a good storage device. So, I wouldn't really have to change my PC much.
Yeah, I've just got a 2 terabyte external hard drive,
Yeah, I know.
and
I'm
that thing's
looking for
old. You can get them way bigger now.
oh yeah. Yeah, man. I remember that's the craziest change over the years is the storage parts.
Yep.
So easy to get
My
now.
dad bitched when I was a kid because he used to pay $25 a megabyte.
Yeah, for a megabyte, and now
Yep.
we're paying just the same amount for what, a terabyte. If it's a shitty hard
Terabyte.
drive,
Yeah.
if it's a shitty hard drive, you could possibly get a terabyte for 25.
And now you can get a terabyte on a thumb drive.
Yeah. Yeah, and so this guy explained it to me. They age, apparently. So mine's like a year old. It shouldn't be slowing down that much, but I'll change it eventually.
Yeah, I hate technology. It takes 2-3 years and it's outdated.
Right. And that's programmed in a lot of ways. Sometimes depends on what you're working with. I know Androids, like even really old Androids, work perfectly fine now. I have a totally good Android. What from 2012 or some shit. Yeah. S10 or something. And I've dropped it 100 times and it's fine. So I mean, it's not with Androids. It's especially with Apple, and I know some computer programs. So that's the lathe, man. That's wild. I've never seen that in action. Yeah.
For real. Dude, this has me hyped. So I'm
So
quiet.
I learned about all this stuff from you, Glasshole. I knew nothing about the machinery part of it.
This is something I didn't get one of these for the first 20 years.
Yeah.
I got this because I'm getting old and my shoulders suck. So it holds the weight for me.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of things that you can't do perfectly either without a lathe.
No, I know. Lathes are
Everybody wants
expensive.
every piece to have those tight, crisp lines, and that's really hard to do by hand.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not impossible. I did it for years, but this is way easier.
I have a question, bro. Did you ever like want your like kids to, take after you?
No, fuck that, dude. This is a hobby.
No. For real?
I told them to go be lawyers.
Smart.
Neither of them listened to me. They just became stoners, but they followed me on
Ah.
that part.
Yeah. It's hard to strike a balance in between. I mean, stoner versus lawyer is a huge discrepancy. So
Well, you can do them both. Okay,
you
look at
can do
Ted.
both. You can do both.
Look at
Right.
Ted. Yeah. Look
Who's
at
Ted?
Ted.
Wait, who's Ted? What do you mean?
Oh my gosh.
Huh?
Bro, you don't know Ted too?
Nah.
The lawyer. Bro.
Yeah.
Glasshole, you know what I'm talking about, right? Ted 2? The
No.
teddy bear?
Oh, the movie?
Yeah, the movie,
Yeah.
bro.
Always a lawyer
Bro,
and a
yeah, you
stoner.
remember the
Right, yeah.
second movie, the lawyer, bro, she smokes weed. And it's the one weed is help me get home.
Yeah.
And he's like hugging the wall. He's like,
In real life I
I'm
hear
scared. Help
the
me get
lawyer
home.
yeah. The lawyer pipeline leads to some other job, I'm hearing. Like most lawyers switch to being a doctor or something because it's easier. And being a lawyer is
Really?
just
Damn.
ridiculously hard. It's just unreasonably hard. Yeah.
I'm trying to get nicotine out.
Unless you're created for that and you have some genetic gift that lets you read extremely fast. Like I've heard of people like that. Um, and I admire skills like that. And I want to be like that. I'm just not it. I'm just not created for that. I was like, I was like more aggressive kid just before I even hit puberty and everything. I was just always like, you know, uh, a macho sort of just by nature. So I feel like I couldn't sit down and just like sit down and shut up and just like read all the time. That was never in the options for me. I just wanted to do shit too much. Well, I'm sure like some people could juggle that. Some people could be amazing readers and puff a joint once in a while.
Bro, I'm trying to stop. Set it down. I didn't hit it. I'm trying to like Do right by my lungs. I'm gonna get another dab going. Get my mind off this vape. Maybe even take a shot. Yeah.
And it's good to have your life together and everything and have an income, have a salary, whatever, be responsible, right? Like we're all
For
told
real.
by society. That's fine. But when you have a job like being a lawyer or something and you're stressed out the ball so much that you're like becoming depressed and everything, like people can't handle that sometimes. Work can destroy
Can
you.
I,
Work can definitely
bro? Can I
destroy you,
actually
is what
tell
I'm
you
saying.
something, Jamurai?
Yeah.
I spoke to this other glass blower. I think he was rude by glass,
Yeah.
and he actually told me that lawyers buy his glass.
I can imagine. I can imagine why they're buying his glass is because they're so stressed out of their minds because of their job, because someone's going to jail if they make a paperwork error. So
Well, it's not
they
even
want to
that, bro.
smoke.
But you have to
But
realize they see so much like messed up shit
yeah, I
sometimes
know.
in court. You know,
Yeah.
like the videos, the images, all sorts of things that they see in court and just have to swallow and go to sleep with. Like that's tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not everyone can do that. Even as a person who gets brought in just to be in the jury, like that's tough. Like that's a hard thing.
And then
Like
you
I
see
commend
like,
people
yeah,
for
you
that.
see a body with like 100 stab holes, I imagine.
Let's not go into that stuff, you know, because
And
it's
then,
like
and
I
then,
said, bro, it's fucked.
let's say you're sitting in court and you see those pictures and the guy is in front of you.
Hmm.
The guy is like literally right next to you who did that, bro.
Yeah,
It's
for
like, you're
real.
just, yeah.
And you have to sit there and then give an opinion and not like yell at them and like freak out. And then, you know, you have to watch the witness. Maybe it's a father, maybe it's a uncle, maybe it's a, you know, a mother, you know, who's the victim, you know, that's alive still. And they have to give a testimony now and they're crying and they're traumatized and that person don't give a shit usually. They sit there emotionless, bro. That's messed up. I don't know how people can do things like that. It's evil. Evil. It's truly evil. It's wrong.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I give my dog a licking, bro. I gave him a licking and I felt wrong. I was
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I'm mean. I was like,
I,
I'm
um,
mean.
I
I was
try
like,
not to
my
hold,
baby.
I try not to hold grudges, but if people are, you know, even if you neglect your kids or like you beat your kids or something, it's kind of weird. It's like this, this gray area where most people are fine with giving their kid a slap, but then if it's any
Hmm.
more than that, you know, I kind of, you know, I'm kind of like, dude, I kind of want to
Let
come
me
after
get
you.
the goddamn belt. Hold up. Let me grab it
Oh,
real
fucking
quick.
hell. Fucking hell. I kind of want to, yeah, I kind of want to like assault those people, you know, but I'm,
Bro, that's how
yeah,
it used to be, though.
Don't
That's
hit
how
your
it used to
children. I'm
be.
gonna beat your ass.
Like, bro,
yeah,
dude, I bet you Glasshole here when he was a boy. That's how his father was
yeah, I know.
when
No,
he gets mad. No, really? Oh, just shock. When my
wrong
I
generation. You got to go back another generation for that.
really?
Yeah. Back when
Yeah,
people
my
were
parents
fucking
were the
apes.
ones that got smacked around, so they were the ones that tried not to smack their kids.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Not that I was still in the age of spankings. Don't get me wrong,
Mm,
but I never just got smacked.
mm. Nah, cause like right, my grandmother. She told me this story about when she was young in Catholic school, bro. This was a boy like stood out of line. He said something out of line when he wasn't supposed to, got in trouble, yada yada, right? Well, this boy had to stand up as the kids all went outside of the class and they had a window and they had to watch. And this boy had to stand there and this teacher just beat him like with a ruler, like beat him and smacked him to the ground super hard. And then told him, stand up. and just kept like doing it over and over again until the boy could not stand up. And then the guy grabbed his shoulder, stood him up, and kept doing it. Like, it was messed up. It was sad. It was really sad. My grandmother said she just was traumatized.
Yeah.
So
I can like once you, I mean, guys, like if you're in a fight or something, or if there's beating going on, once you defeat an opponent, if you keep going, you're the bad guy. Like there's no other way to cut it, you know?
well, well, well,
Once someone's
well,
on the ground and they can't defend
well,
themselves, that's why they stop the
well.
UFC fights.
Unless
People
someone's
get mad,
done
bro.
something evil enough, like,
Yeah,
bro, you got the chance to kill Kim Jong Un. You know what
Hitler
I
or
mean?
whatever.
Like,
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
yeah, bro,
You
you
can do
take
whatever you
that
want.
shit. You
Yeah.
fucking curb stomp his neck, bro.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. No one's gonna care, right?
Fucking millie wop on that shit.
But if you get in a bar fight and then you win the bar fight and you want to try and curb stomp this person,
Don't bar
then,
fights, bro.
then you're
Bar fights
obviously
are
the bad guy.
dangerous. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
real with you, bro. Nowadays,
people
like,
die.
dude, you have to realize the strength that a man has naturally. Like, one hit from you, bro, could kill someone. Like, you
Yeah, I
hitting them,
understand
and
that.
if you hit them in the right spot, and that's anybody.
Yeah.
That's anybody. If I hit someone in the head in the right spot, it would shake their brain, cause internal bleeding, and they die in their sleep.
It's
Boom. You just
possible if you have
murdered
someone
someone.
vulnerable. Yeah,
You know? And
especially
that's
old.
and that's that's why you have to be so careful, bro. Like, you really do. Like,
There was a
I
guy,
don't like conflict, bro.
guys, there was this
I don't like
Russian
conflict.
fighter who had a perfect fighting record, and his last fight that he ever had got a stroke after. And that
I
was his
saw
only
that.
loss. That was his only loss when he got the stroke. And so you can be the best fighter out there, and nature will still find a
Bro,
way.
but dude, can I tell you, bro, that wasn't a loss. That dude had an illegal hit. He
Get an
actually won
illegal hit?
that fight. You didn't know that? You didn't know that?
Not sure, but
Yeah,
there was
he won
something wrong.
that. So,
Yeah,
that guy, like, since like where the guy hit him, that was an
behind the
illegal
head.
hit.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro, you're not supposed to hit there. That's an illegal spot. And
yeah,
he hit in the back of the head, and that caused internal damage, and that made the guy fucking like have serious brain damage. I
yeah.
almost said a very bad word. But it was on accident. But right, back to the point. So, um, like, yeah, dude, that guy, I feel so bad for him, man, because like his life's ruined. It's over, all because of one punch in the back of the head. That's why, like I said, bro, all it takes is that one hit, bro. You know what I mean? Maybe you throw a Nerf gun at your friend, jokingly, or BB gun or paintball gun or whatever, you know? You throw something at your friend, it hits him in the back of the head, boom. Now they're paralyzed in the hospital and you're feeling horrible about it yourself. And maybe you don't want to live now because you just ruined someone's life. And that's why you got to take safety seriously, bro. That's like one of the biggest things that I feel like people really just skip out on nowadays, truly.
Yeah.
And it's if people took the time, bro, to just think about like what they're doing, it would save like 9 times out of 10 situations.
Yeah,
And
you
it's
guys
just
see those
insane.
videos where someone gets in a fight and the guy just has a gun and he's like, dude, I'm gonna shoot you. And then
Yep.
he's like, I don't care, bro, fight me. Fight me like a man or something. And then the
I
guy just
haven't
shoots
seen
him.
that.
And then the guy just shoots him. What are you gonna do? Shoot me? And then the guy just shoots him. It's just and you see the video and you're just like, oh my face palm. Oh my god. This shit. Dude, yeah, you don't fight people because they have guns. Like people have guns.
Speaking of which, you know what that
Knives.
just reminded me of? There was this
Yeah.
guy, like, I love how people always like hate on guns, but there's a guy actually. He was sitting in a restaurant, and the restaurant was getting robbed. So it was an old man. He had his carry license, secure and carry license, and fucking bro, he started shooting at the guys. Severely wounded one. None of them died, but severely wounded, and wounded the other one in the leg. And he ran off and later was subdued by the police. And it's so funny, bro. Cause like, dude, it was two guys. You could tell what they went in there. They didn't know what they were doing. They were being a fucking idiot, you know. They were trying to, how do I say it? Just make some quick cash, thinking it was super easy, and they got hurt. They got really hurt, you know. And that's honestly, it's deserved. That's
Yeah.
why I like, bro. I really like. I love to see those videos when it happens, when someone uses their secure and carry license correctly and their gun rights, because like guns shouldn't be feared. If anything, legal gun rights are what is going to protect us long term. It's all around safety. It's a lot better. We just need to truly show people to be careful with guns, like and maybe make it a little harder to get guns, you know? Not like, because I know if you get a felony, bro, you can't get a gun. I think that's kind of stupid. It should be after a certain amount of time, but it also should depend on what felony you have. Um, but like, right, I don't know, man. I think we have a really solid but also weird and messed up situation in the U.S. It's just a weird time. I don't know. I like I said this. It's everything's so new and changed. I can't say. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Yeah, it would
All I
be
know is it's fucking weird.
yeah.
Yep, it's weird.
It would be kind of embarrassing if there weren't gun rights in this country. It would be kind of like I feel like people would leave the country actually if there weren't gun
Nope.
rights.
Can I tell you what would happen? What happened in London? Actually, they took away gun rights, and you know what happened?
Illegal gun trade takes off, explodes. I'm sure.
Nope. All the people who had guns legally already were committing crimes now
Yeah.
on the people who didn't have guns legally to protect themselves,
Yeah.
you know? And so what they did was they enabled people who are robbing and hurting people. And it was a really messed up situation. And so you can only imagine what would happen if the US did something like that. It would be a war. We'd have a civil war. It would be mass genocide of people. Like, it would not be good. You cannot get rid of guns in the US. There's too many people who know how to make guns. Like, we have so many people who work on actual guns every day. For God's sake, bro, I've met like 5 of them just hopping around on Discord, just interacting with people while they're making guns. They're assembling guns. And they're just gunsmiths, bro. What they do.
I think I saw that guy. Yeah.
They have license to make weaponry like that. That's fucked. That's fucked. And you know how many people like there are like them? Hundreds.
I'm sure there's a lot, man. And they can just produce any amount of firearms, illegal or not, unregistered or not.
Well, no, they can't. No, they actually are very watched.
They
Very
are watched.
watched. You have to
Okay.
realize those are like, if anything, your most watched people because now they know you have talent.
Yeah.
You know how to do it. So, if anything near you happens sketchy, they're already watching you. You know what I mean? They already have their eye on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They already know what you did by the time you did it
Yeah. The
because
answer
they
is
were already
taking
watching you
responsibility.
because of your profession. What?
Yeah, the answer is taking responsibility to all these gun laws. A lot of people just don't want to fund the programs for like proper citizenship or proper gun rights programs where people actually look over and do the paperwork and know the data behind a person or a gun or how things work so that no accidents have to happen. Just like Japan, they have a good gun system. It's difficult to get a firearm in Japan, but it's not impossible. You can get one for self-defense
I
and
don't
it's
think we
fine.
should make it more difficult, honestly. Bro, I like hunting. And also, the US is very big and there's a lot of forest. if we were to stop like and made it really difficult to get firearms, I'm not gonna lie, it would probably fucking screw us over. We'd have car accidents left and right simply because of the overpopulation of deers. So,
Um,
like I said, guns
so
actually do a lot for us. And they help
so
us hold down populations, manage it.
I know that, but there are huge discrepancies in examples like a school shooter just bought a firearm from a regular gun shop, and the
But,
background check
however,
the
guess
background
what?
check didn't go through or something.
Guess what? These policemen, you see, a lot of these policemen, they see about these searches and they hear about all this stuff and they actually start hearing about this. That one in Texas, when he shot up a school, they actually started knowing that he was a red flag back like 4 months because he started looking up like certain stuff and all this sketchy shit and looking into the dark web and like all sorts of stuff and like how to make a bomb and all that sorts of shit, right? And so they knew, but you see, they didn't do anything about it until he did something. That's the problem. They're not stopping these people, bro. It's not
That's the
it's
catch
not that
22
we.
because you shouldn't be able to prosecute me for something I haven't done.
No, but at the same time, bro, people shouldn't be looking up how to make like a C4 and how to, like this
I
one
get it.
guy,
I
bro.
get it. But it all
This.
fights against the Constitution, just really with that whole freedom of speech thing.
Mm,
Like, there's so much shit that I don't think anybody should have access to.
mm,
But at the same time, I also agree with our freedom of speech enough to kind of dismiss it.
I get you.
Like, I think if we
I,
take one thing, if we start taking things away, slippery slope till it's not really freedom of
yo,
speech anymore.
no, you're right. Same with gun rights, and it's a war. It'd be a war instantly. Dude,
Now,
Texas would shoot.
maybe the
Tex,
Constitution needs to be rewritten. Maybe
Texas would
we all
shoot
need to
up the
agree on a
U.S.
different set of rules. But
Maybe that'd be interesting. I don't think it'd end well though. I think it'd end up fucking us all over long term.
well, it's starting a civil war because that's how everything happens. But
Well, bro, we're gonna end up having a civil war soon here. Once people start getting sick of these taxes, dude, taxes have been going up for a long time, and we first started a civil war, when there was a 2% tax on tea. Now there's like a 13% tax on your paycheck and like almost everything else you do. You know,
yep,
like they are, bro. There is definitely going to be a civil war over that in the next coming years. Guarantee it. You'll see something about it at least. It's just, it's not right, you know? We need to fix it. It's
So we
sad.
had riots before from police brutality, right? And it's the same issue with guns.
Mm.
I'm saying it's an infrastructure issue. If people paid more money for the offices and paid these people actually good salaries to do background checks on these cops who are like severely beating people for no reason, that would fix the cop problem. That would fix the gun problem too. That they would do background checks on people who are horribly mentally ill and figure out, okay, this kid's literally planning on shooting up a school. Like he wrote this on his website. Like that's what happened in Columbine.
Exactly, bro. No, for real, bro. Like, dude, you'll see like these kids will have social media posts of literal like weaponry or like, fuck my life. I hate everyone at my school. I hope you guys die. And then like they shoot up the school 2 weeks later. Well, no fucking shit. They started posting a bunch of stuff about how much they want to kill Timmy, and that's not screaming anything, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, I think they should at least maybe do like a, not like arrest them, but like, check in on them. See, hey, man, what you doing, bro? Why you posting all this stuff? Are you okay? You know,
Yeah, this is why
an
Europe is more
interjection.
successful. Europe is kind of
You
more
know,
successful into this age because they have the infrastructure to make sure that those things don't happen.
Mhm.
Right. So no one's shooting up European schools like in Finland, Norway, all the countries with the best social programs and infrastructure. It's not about paying high taxes. It's about the infrastructure so that you can not have people shoot up your children's school, obviously, like, you know. And it works, and it doesn't happen those places. Yep. There's a lot of outdated US policies.
They
They really have
just
to
changed a
adapt.
law not too long ago about like apparently men had there was a weird law about like if a woman cheats or something like that, like a man can like screw her over legally or something like that. It was really messed up. It was fucked, and it was in a certain country. I mean, not a certain country. It was in a certain state in the U.S. still, and they just never changed it since like 200 years ago. Kind of fucked. So I agree with you. There's certain things that are outdated, but however, I do think guns are awesome, and I think that we should keep guns, especially because, bro, you also got to remember if anyone ever invaded the U.S., and I've talked about this a lot, if anyone ever invaded the U.S., we'd be like almost the most prepared to an extent, you know? Like we'd have every citizen knows how to use a gun. If they fucking drop paratroopers, bro, you know, fucking Uncle Jim's out on his fucking porch and he's gonna be dropping some motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that can
I
happen.
almost took my vape.
All right, I'm gonna rip this motherfucker. Cheers, boys. Thanks for coming out, Glasshole.
For
Yeah.
real.
Sorry, I'm not talking a bunch. I got to stay focused.
Oh, I know. You're good, bro. Don't even sweat it. Bro, you know it'd be really cool?
Yeah.
Dude, so that one Netflix show, they did soft glass and they hated on someone that did sculpture work. What if eventually down the line we talk to like actually I guess I don't know. I'm trying to think. I wish we could host our own event down the line. That'd be really cool to have like a like a
We get
live show
investments.
of
Those
people working on their
events run
stuff.
on investments, dude. Investments
I
from the
know.
businesses that are gonna be there. Um,
Uh-huh.
the people who own the venue, you can cut a deal with them somehow. Donations, stuff like that, man. People will help you fund it. You can make a or no, not a Kickstarter. Yeah, you can make a Kickstarter, one of those funding projects,
Nah, we ain't doing that.
and they'll
Hell
donate
no.
thousands. That does work though, sometimes. So you can do all sorts of things though.
Or nobody's getting a cut of this pot, bro, other than the glass blowers and us and the consumers.
No, it's not about getting a cut. It's about donations. Like to be able to run a whole event like that, you need the
No, I
fundraising.
know. I'm just
Yeah.
saying I don't want to invite investors in.
Right, right, and give them a share of the deal. You're saying. So
Yes.
I mean, but
Inviting
like
investors in
there's
is never a good
you don't
thing.
have to do that. Yeah.
You know? You gotta figure a
Oh
way
yeah, did
around
you
it
hear?
down the line.
You guys know
Future
Vice
project.
failed. Vice was a billion-dollar company. They just went under
They failed?
because they had too many bureaucracy and they
What?
too much
What do you mean
bureaucracy and they
bureaucracy?
changed the company. What actually happened? You were just saying it, dude. They had too
What is
many investors.
bureaucracy?
They had too many investors and they got super worried about all the content coming out. So they filtered everything and people stopped watching their stuff and now they're going bankrupt. Yeah. That's how it happened, bro. The investors
Oh,
want to be LGBT friendly, and kid friendly because that's the most profit, right? Pretty basic. But once you have all these pressures, you can't make good content. You can't make good
Speaking of which,
documentaries or
let's
news.
get off all the political stuff.
It's just,
Swipe
well,
that
yeah.
right out.
I mean, Vice is a
way.
political channel, but it's just another YouTube channel at the end of the day, and they rise and fall in
I
all
didn't even
sorts of
know
ways.
they were political.
They're kind of political. Like they report on weed. I saw this one weed documentary. They had DMT documentaries. I think they would be more sort of a Democrat organization based on like all the issues they're covering. They're covering more, but I'm not sure. I actually don't know. I think I like how they did whatever they wanted to do in the early days, and so that actually led to Hamilton Morris. If you guys know who Hamilton Morris is, he's an excellent psychedelic researcher. Not formally, but he talks about a lot of that stuff on his show, and he interviews amazing chemists who like invented LSD.
No way. Not the guys who invented it.
Pretty close, dude. Yeah, like, and guys who invented like DET. DET is like a whole different chemical that's similar to LSD in some ways. All about it, and people who had like mescaline farms.
I got a question for you, Jamara.
Yeah,
Right, so you're playing a game and you got all these customizations.
I like it.
Right.
I like stats. I like a lot of stats and ratios
right.
and
You got
percents.
all these customizations. Right. And you know you have all these customizations, but they're still separate and you have to unlock them. Are you discovering them or are you creating them?
Discovering or creating. So the distinction there is they're already baked into the game, right? You can't have a feature in the game without you're not creating. No, they bake it into the game. What do you mean, right?
So
Or is that not what you're talking about?
no, what I'm getting at is that
What you're getting at is that how you form
not,
your character?
We did not make LSD. We discovered LSD.
I think
We
so.
refined LSD from a mold.
Yeah, you find it from wheat crops. So, but that's unpure LSD. So, making something in a lab is similar to how we were talking about opals. Lab-made opals are easier to work with, for the reason that they don't have natural impurities, and it's just another thing like that. And so, was I saying, bro, what did I just say like a minute ago? Having trouble lighting this bowl while trying to talk about
You're
this.
just high.
The stats in games and everything. So
Yeah, you said I like stats.
yeah. So, but I was gonna say too, yeah, but you create a character and you measure the stats exactly how you want. Maybe someone has a really similar character out there, but they won't have the exact same stats, which is pretty interesting. Yeah, and you have like a completely unique guy, that you decided and you did the math for. When I was a kid, I didn't understand that. I'm like, what's 10 strength do? What's 10 intelligence do? The fuck is that all mean? Like, okay, wizards have more intelligence. Like, why does that make sense? And so that made me think a lot as a kid. That's good for kids to learn.
You played D&D?
Play D&D? No, but I'm talking about like when I used to play World of Warcraft as an 8-year-old and I didn't know what tranquility meant. And I would be looking up words like long words like tranquility and like effervescence and like
Mhm.
all sorts of shit as an 8-year-old because I'm playing this game. Yeah, expose your kids to those big words and those dynamic concepts, and they'll be brilliant people.
I grew up with Skyrim. On there, the world was the limit. Literally, you could do anything.
Ugh.
Y'all remember the magic? And the first time you playing, like Skyrim. Skyrim was pretty hype. Not gonna lie, the first time. Cause that was before I didn't even play any of the games before in the trilogy.
I played
So-
Skyrim, man. I'm a huge Skyrim guy. But
And I started in Skyrim, and I didn't know that there was dragons and all that stuff. And I was watching it, bro, and I'm going along. And all of a sudden, boom, a dragon and all that. I'm like, oh shit. Like, bro, it was so fun. I remember seeing all the modded players, and I was like, why can't I do what they do?
yeah, why does it always taste so good when you toke the bowl and without removing the bowl yet, that smoke already tastes super good in my bong. However that works, I'm not sure. But and then the smoke after you pull the bowl out is not quite as good. Still good, but it doesn't have this like dynamic flavor like before when you just fill your bong.
Bro, this piece is gonna be so raw. I'm gonna have to back up the camera. It's gonna be hard. I think I'm gonna have to switch the direction of it completely.
I was talking about like something interesting about how organic material in opals is not as suitable as synthetic. Oh, it was because LSD is synthetic, and that's more pure when you make it synthetically. And that's why you want synthetic LSD. You don't want these synthetic weeds because they're missing all of this other natural terpenes and dimensions that you can't make in a lab. So there's different reasons to do things synthetically or not,
Mm.
just like opals.
I have my vape so fucking bad.
Yeah, because we were talking about Hamilton Morris, man. I'm a huge fan. I love his interviews. He got me interested in chemistry. So I was considering chemistry jobs. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because you can convert that into a psychedelic chemistry job. You get experience in that, and then you can become like some sort of psychedelic chemistry. And right, and people will hire you in like Netherlands. People are hiring those
Oh
guys to
shit.
make huge vats of these drugs. Like we're talking 1,000 pounds of these drugs, right? That you can make like 1,000 pounds of LSD in these
Is this
factory
Drugs
containers.
Inc. on Netflix?
And this
Are
is
we now going into the details of how drug dealers sell drugs and
yeah,
how
bro,
the police
it's
will
legal.
bust them?
In a lot of places, it's just legal to manufacture like a world of drugs. Just in the Netherlands, you can make as much LSD as you want. I'm pretty sure in a lab.
Have you ever watched Drugs Inc?
Drugs Inc. No,
Yeah, bro, that shit had to be like fake.
fake. You said?
Yeah, now that I think back on it, like, because, bro, they do like interviews with the people who'd make it and all that.
Yeah.
And bro, why the fuck would they trust the television people?
I have an idea, but
Like, bro, then they know an address.
but my idea is that those are some, maybe they get some stupid guys who are like the tip of the iceberg, and then at the tip of the spear you have these guys who are professional chemists who also don't give a fuck about the law, and they hide up their identity and they work secretly, and they're just absolute ballers making millions of dollars undetected. And just because they're straight and narrow people on the outside looking in, they don't get caught. No one ever suspects a thing. You're a chemist. You do a useful job for society. You make helpful chemicals, right? People got to clean shit. You need rubbing alcohol, right? So that's a respectable job. Where people aren't looking into it so much. Yeah, I'm hitting that sativa Glasshole. I know you're not a sativa guy. You know what, dude? Those indicas, I'm just sleeping too much, bro. You know, that's the thing. You know.
Yeah, that's why I always wait.
So I can drink a sativa and just like sit here and have a long conversation, a whole sweaty whole conversation with my shirt off. I have the windows open. I'm just feeling the breeze. Yeah. And I'm just soaking on the sativa and just firing away. I don't like that when I get too slumped, it's I know my friends would give me weed that would get me too slumped in the beginning of me trying any weed, and it wasn't super pleasant to me to just be sunk into the couch.
I get it.
And it really gets me. Yeah, it really shuts me.
See, and I can't smoke sativas all day because I get twitchy like I've been drinking too much coffee.
Yeah, man. See, I guess maybe I prefer that, you know, because I get that. I do get twitchy. But the coffee gives me a feeling of happiness that's like strange. It's like it resembles the feeling of love. I don't understand how it can be how it can be like that, but I mean, it's just my body agrees with it. Yeah. Caffeine isn't a totally insane drug. It goes unnoticed a lot. It goes unnoticed. It kills people more than cannabis, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, because you can overdose and you're going to have seizures. Yep. That's what's going to happen first. And then you're going to have heart arrhythmias. And then you're going to maybe suffer some heart damage. And some brain damage from the seizure might hit your head. You get me. And it can be a disaster.
Damn. 7 days.
So if you've never had caffeine and you have like 10 monsters, that's possible.
Oh, yeah. Definitely possible.
Wait, monsters have caffeine in it?
Yep.
No.
No.
No, it's not an energy drink at all.
No, it's just water and elf dust, just like magic. Just like
that's what we tell ourselves.
It's just blessed by God, dude. It's just Jesus in there.
It cracks me up. Oh, bro, I love the fucking trees. That's clean. Bro,
yeah, I got farm equipment just chilling.
Be careful. Don't dox yourself. You don't want to show too much.
Oh, you couldn't find me if you fucking wanted to.
Nah, bro, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Dude, if someone really wanted to, you'd be terrified, bro. I guarantee you, with as much as you showed.
I get if somebody really wants to, but if somebody wants to invest that much time into finding where I'm at, I mean, I guess more power to them. I'm not exactly hidden.
Yeah.
Nah, but right. So what you do though is there's like these AI image taker things, bro. And like they just scan.
And you're like, find me this picture on the internet, and it'll find it for you.
Yep, it'll find that part of the world because of the fucking
Yep.
drive-by car that drives everywhere and takes fucking images.
Yeah.
So guys, thanks Google Map. Thank Google Maps, guys. Oh my god, bro. My fucking dude, my hand, man, I fucked it up today, bro, and dude, it was so fucking bad, bro. Like slammed it
Glasshole.
on my like wheelchair
Yeah.
brake.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Glasshole, what about like hand cutting? People cut their hands in glass blowing.
Yeah, I have a piece of glass I stuck in my finger yesterday, and I still can't get it out.
Damn.
Bro, look at my fingernail.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's the way the shit goes. I got
Yeah.
burns everywhere. I used to work in a hot shop making giant plates and shit, so I've spilled boiling water on my feet. I've brushed up against the furnace and peeled the back of my hand off. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're killing it. So I
And
give
I'd
it.
still rather get burned any day of the week than fucking cut.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, the burn is automatically cauterized. Half the time I can keep working, but depending on the cut, that shit can take some time to heal.
Yeah.
And what? That's
I also got
wild.
the same burn creams they put on you in the hospital, like prescription shit.
Oh, that's
So,
smart. That's smart.
and
That's
it
smart.
also stays in the fridge at all times, so it's nice and cold when I gotta put it on.
So do you know what the chemical term is for the active ingredient in that? I'm wondering.
It's sulfur.
Sulfur. Okay.
It's sulfur and silver.
That's surprising. Okay.
It's one of those things where like an acid beats a base, I think.
I think
Like when it comes to chemistry, like
right.
if you put the right acid on something, putting vinegar on it actually makes it better. Do you or I
Get
guess
that.
I got that backwards, but yeah.
I get that. What comes to mind is I would think it's a magnesium based cream or something because magnesium makes your cells helps them regenerate. It's required by every cells, all the cells in the body
Silver is
for
one
growth.
possibly, but I know that silver is like the number one thing that they use for burns.
Right? Maybe the body uptakes silver and utilizes it in some ways. I'm not sure. I've never heard of that.
Silver sulfadiazine.
Yeah.
So the first word silver and the second one is sulfur.
Right.
And then diazine.
Sulfur diazine.
But it's basically ends up being like an oil-based cream. So if you put it on and you still want to put your hand into like ice water, you can, and the cream doesn't come off.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of 2 for 1.
So tentative evidence have found other antibiotics to be more effective in of superficial and partial thickness burn injuries. Recommend.
Yeah, I think it's for it's for the initial burn.
Right.
You know how a burn slowly gets worse, like over the course of the hour, unless you actually put something or you can get the burning to stop, it will slowly like core itself into your skin and become deeper.
Okay.
So this shit, when I put it on, I can usually prevent myself from even having a blister.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, because I noticed a
It's just
burn
a
will
red
change.
pissed off spot for a minute, where
A burn will
where
cha-
normally it'd be a blister.
I get you. Where a burn will change after you get actually burned and you feel it, and then 5 minutes later it looks worse. Right. I don't know
Right,
that.
because the burn is actually still continuing to burn, and it's burning deeper.
Yeah.
It's just drying out. It's drying out and fucking up all the skin that's around it. That's why you go run it under water as fast as you can, cool it down. Like all that has to do with just trying to get the burn to stop.
Right.
It's fucked up. Yeah, I've been burning myself for so many years now.
Bro,
I
you're
don't even.
smart though.
There's no reason to even go to the doctor anymore.
So, yeah.
That's how my grandfather was. He
I
hated the
go to
doctor.
the doctor. The only glass related things that I've had to go to the doctor for are like my fingernail, where I got a big chunk of glass broke off inside my finger after I accidentally stabbed myself. and I couldn't get it out, so I had to go have it like surgically removed, and then my fingernail grew all fucked up after that.
What? Did you have to take like pain meds for it or what?
Yeah, it was in my nail bed. That shit hurts.
I know, I know,
It hell
bro.
hurt.
I know. I was just like, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Some guys are like, nah, bro. Fucking push through the pain, bud.
I push through the pain because a lot of time, I mean, this is going to sound really bad, but it's the world we live in. If I get a prescription for painkillers and after 3 days I don't need them anymore, I save them for the next time I need a painkiller and can't get to a doctor.
Okay. So I'm pretty against painkillers, so I'm not. I usually wouldn't do that. I
Right. So
haven't.
I don't take any more than necessary.
Yeah.
But there's also times when I've done shit to myself because of my job that I know realistically I just need a painkiller for a day to get through this.
Yeah.
And I'll be
Yeah.
fine. Like there's no reason to go to the fucking doctor and have to deal with all that shit.
But I'm not sure what category of injuries we're talking about. Do you think you heal fast, especially, or that it's just not a severe injury that you're usually getting?
It's somewhat superficial because if you're quick about it, you can touch molten glass. Like,
Yeah.
actually, the hotter the glass is, the better off you
Everyone's
are.
quick,
It's when
guys.
the glass is around 500 degrees that it burns the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Like if you pull liquid glass straight out of a furnace, you can smack it with your hand. Like the vapor or the skin, or how do I say this? The oils on your skin vaporize and actually create a protective layer for half a second. If you do it at a cooler temperature and they don't vaporize, they boil, which burns
Oh.
you worse.
Okay, that makes sense, man. Yeah, I don't
So a
like
lot
that
of
oil
times,
burn.
now a lot of times I'm just drop something and it bounces off the back of my hand, or I accidentally grab the wrong end of a tool. It's something stupid. Like I'm not at the point anymore where I'm just fucking myself up.
Yeah, I got a bacon grease burn one time. That was gnarly.
Yeah, I hurt myself worse cooking
Yeah.
or
Oh,
fucking
so
around in the garden, or yeah.
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
No,
So
but I'm just used to it. At this point, I probably if you talk about like I have a crack off bucket, which is just a bucket of water, and you heat up when you're heating up a rod, you snap the rod off into the bucket of water. Well, sometimes a little tiny shard goes flying into the air or something cracks. So it's like having a little spot of bacon grease hit the back of your hand. So in that terms, I probably burn myself like 3 times a day. But an actual burn that will make me stop working for the day is probably 6 months to a year. And usually it's something where like I just go home for the day because it's too sensitive to have it's like having a sunburn and then going out in the sun.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
it hurts. Like once your skin is fried, it's not even that it's burning anymore, but you start putting it next to 1,000-degree torch, it's gonna freak out.
Mhm.
right, I get you. Yeah, you should definitely take caution as much as you can,
Yeah.
and just like take time off. You know, if that means taking time off, then for sure.
Oh yeah, I take time off. There's times too. I mean, I'm an artist. It doesn't always go my way, and sometimes you just get frustrated. Like the other day, I broke 3 things in like the first hour of my day, and I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm not feeling it today. And come back tomorrow when we're more inspired and when got some shit done around the house.
Yeah,
Mhm.
good idea.
But there's certain days where you're like, don't push this. You're just already pissed off, and you're gonna break more shit. And
You get tilted. Oh, you get what that means? But you actually get
yeah,
tilted about. Yeah, right.
no, everything just gets a little off, and then I'm like, I'll go play in the garden for a while, or
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I get that because a lot of people get mad if you play any games competitive. You get really fucking pissed off, and it's bad sometimes. And
dude,
like you'll want to have a
I
drink.
don't play much anymore, but Call of Duty
Yeah,
is my shit. And the first thing I would do is go into multiplayer and just hit mute all.
yeah,
Because I'd end up sitting there arguing with a 12-year-old, and I really don't give a damn. Like,
yeah.
I'll just run through the game and shoot you in the head later.
So,
No, but those little kids talking shit, man. Yeah, it'll definitely get you. I'm like, who raised you?
Well, yeah, I mean, half the time they're like raised by trap house parents, and
Oh
then
yeah.
and
Well, and
then
everybody's got a big mouth when they're on the other side of a microphone, but it's a little different
yeah,
when it's in person.
yeah. Oh, I can imagine being over 200
I just
pounds.
need to tell myself no.
Definitely. I've been trying to get to 200 pounds for a long time. Yep. Yep.
Fuck both of you. I've been trying to get to 200 pounds too, but I got to go the other direction.
Oh, fuck it, dude. No, there's no way I've ever been 200 pounds in my life, and I've eat enough food to. I'd probably eat the same food as you. I just have some weird fucking stomach thing going on. You know what I mean? So I don't have the
Everybody's
strongest stomach.
different.
Huh?
Everybody's different. I
Yeah.
actually usually only eat one meal a day, my dinner.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning and have a coffee. I mean, I drink a bunch of water and shit throughout the day while I'm working, and I'll usually have a beer in the evening. But my first meal is dinner, and it's usually my last meal.
Man, I see. I see. Man, I'm eating all day because I like the one meal a day for you feel more aware and you feel more imaginative and smooth like that and happier
I had a
maybe.
job for a decade where we didn't get lunch breaks, so it just kind of became habit.
Yeah.
And now it's kind
Right.
of whatever. Like, now I'm like, I'm not stopping working. If I go eat something, I'm gonna want to take a nap, or it's gonna kill an hour of my day. I
Oh
just
yeah.
keep working.
It's that take a nap that can kill it. So I'm just eating like mostly protein, try to fucking stuff myself with chicken and
Mhm.
um you
I eat a
know,
lot of chicken and rice.
yeah. Right, right. Because
Chicken and rice with some green onions,
yeah.
a
I
little
don't
soy
have like
sauce.
I don't have like fat stores, so I've been eating ice cream to try to build up fat. I'm like, I have a like I don't know where my mom got this like 10-pound tub of ice cream or something. I've been macking on this.
No, everybody in my family, all the guys in my family are all like 250, 300 pounds. So as long as I keep it under 250, I'm the skinny one out of the group.
Really, yeah, that's amazing.
Mom always just said we're big boned.
Yeah, I
Big
know. It's
bone.
just it's something, right? Um, in my family, it's kind of like that, but for me, just specifically, I don't know why. Maybe I work out too much sometimes, or I mean, that is a problem. I've lost a lot of unintentional weight. Just running,
Yeah.
just like a demon. I was just kind of like a really powerful sprinter, and I got good at that. And then I just didn't want to stop for a while, and so that got me to from 190 to 150 real quick, and you
Yeah,
know,
I've had shit knees since I was like 12, so there
yeah.
was no running.
Oh, dude, you know what? I have shit knees right now too. But guess what? If you walk every
Oh
day
yeah, you
around,
want to know how bad they've gotten since
oh
12?
really? Really? Oh,
I mean, I can move around, but no, even hiking and shit like that, like my knee will literally just lock,
Damn.
okay.
like almost like it pops out of socket, and then it swells.
That's
Oh,
how my fingers are.
that's fucked up,
Yeah.
bro. Balls up and
No, but
shit.
I can
Okay.
do shit. I just have to be gentle. Like I go for hikes and things like that, but I can't. I have to be careful climbing uneven terrain,
Yeah.
and not like high impact, like not running. But
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem
I
with
still got to get exercise. I can't just sit around. No.
being a bigger guy is, dude, you have like 200 pounds on the knees, and when you take 10 pounds
Yep.
off, apparently
Yep.
the leverage it provides takes actually like 50 to 100 pounds per 10 pounds or something.
Yep. No, I completely agree. My mom's the one that's like 350, and she's had 5 knee surgeries.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, right. That's very
Yeah.
intense.
From her shin to one of her thighs, it's just one metal rod that bends in the middle.
Okay. That's
I
pretty.
had to go in with her when she got surgery, so they were showing me all the parts.
Oh, yeah. I know my dad had a knee surgery, but I don't know much about that. But I saw this gnarly knee injury scar, or no,
Mhm.
knee surgery scars. You see the knee surgery scars on the side, or or in different,
Hers goes straight down the middle, straight
right
over
down
the
the middle.
kneecap.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
straight down the middle or on the side.
Yep.
Right.
But they tried all that shit. They tried like the orthoscopic surgery, where originally she only had like 3 little puncture holes in her leg, and then that turned into like just needing to replace like the ball, and then it's just like cascaded because she never really lost any weight. It's just.
And so a lot of people think that's the
After
easy fix.
15 years, she cracked one of them, the titanium, and we had to go in and have that replaced.
Yeah. A lot of people think there's an easy fix, but like surgery is like the last thing you want to do. And it's like people are, and it's not really going to fix that many things. Like I had no surgery and it didn't 100% work. I think it worked. I think he did a decent job. I mean, he's a human being. My nose isn't 100% or anything. I still broke it. It's still broken. Never going to be the same.
Yeah.
But I got like a few percent more airflow, like maybe 20%, 50%, something good. And then I started running more, and it actually worked after I started running.
Gotcha. Yeah, that shit had to hurt. I had a buddy that had sleep apnea at like 20, so they went in and like drilled out his fucking sinuses and shit. Like his entire face was one giant bruise by the time
It
they
actually,
were done.
I hear you. It actually didn't hurt. It was actually pretty nice. So that must have been a crazy nose thing going on with that guy. So
Yeah, they literally basically stick a drill in your nose.
Oh damn,
yeah,
that's scary.
yeah.
That's
My
so
surgery
scary.
was fine, and they just gave me oxys, and I didn't need them. I was just like, I'm just gonna play video games and ignore it. I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Then like blood would gush out, and I'm just like, oh, whatever.
It's like a real life video game.
Yeah, I don't. I think they. My grandfather has an entire metal hip.
A metal what?
Metal
Right.
hip. Or platinum or whatever. You know, he has one of those hips.
Platinum? Yeah.
Yeah, platinum and stuff.
Check it out.
Ooh.
So we got the start to him in the piece.
Wow, very cool, man.
Funnel on top. So there's still quite a bit to go, but that's where it's at right now.
You have a UFO piece, right? I'm pretty sure. Oh, you definitely do, right? That reminds me of some UFO pieces a little bit.
Oh yeah, because the dots around the base.
Yeah.
Yep. There's one guy that's pretty much what he makes is UFOs with the light beaming down. That's like the beaker of the piece.
Right. Okay. Dude, we were talking about like uranium based colors. Do you work with those much?
Only because I can't get my hands on them.
No,
That's
only
always
yeah.
We had this conversation last time. Like
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's
because
all good.
we were
Like,
just talking about our boy was collecting a lot of uranium based pieces. He's like he's like really invested in that. And he has the lighting change. You can see all the color.
mhm.
So he's basically collecting those at this point, and he also glass blows. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that do.
And so I
Even
think it might
when
go
it
up in
comes to
value.
like dishware, like
Yeah.
the old bowls and pitchers and shit. There's a lot of collectors of that stuff.
Wow. Yeah, it could go up in value.
Is making
There's a chance.
depleted uranium glass dangerous?
No.
No.
No. You're not breathing it. Like, think about it. Like, glass isn't a gas.
No, I'm saying making it though.
It's not made in the United States, so I'm guessing that there's something about it.
Okay.
Uranium glass was made in New Zealand,
Fuck.
but I also think that has to do with the availability of depleted uranium, which is what they're using. And the U.S. military uses depleted uranium for ammo shells.
For weapons, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's not really a whole lot going out into the public. Whereas New Zealand doesn't exactly have the same kind of military. So if they have it, I think they're probably importing it and then making it there.
I think it's gun shells. I think larger gun shells are made of depleted
Yeah, it makes them
uranium
harder.
canisters.
It makes
Yeah.
them way fucking harder. It makes them so they'll go through armor on tanks and shit. Yeah.
Okay, so those are anti-tank rounds. Right.
They'll
So
do
wait,
it.
does
They'll
that
do it on a 50 cal round too. It depends on your target, but yeah,
Right.
does that mean
it's a much more expensive round because it's a harder round.
You learned that from your dad or no?
I learned that from watching 20 years of documentaries.
does
Oh,
that
because I was
mean
thinking
though
if it was
that
Vietnam.
depleted
Dude,
uranium
my
lasts
TV
longer?
my TV runs all day while I'm blowing glass, and typically I'm learning shit. I don't really like to watch like stupid TV.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's
Like
amazing.
if I'm gonna watch a comedy, it's because I'm home at night and I'm high. Like if I'm at work, I'm probably watching a World War II documentary or
Oh,
something on the
yeah.
pyramids,
Hell
or
yeah,
I
man.
watched something on Neanderthals earlier. Like
Mm.
uh, I don't read much. I don't have a lot of time for reading, but I still suck up knowledge wherever I can.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's beautiful, man. That's the way to do it. And
Yeah,
I can
I mean,
imagine
I
all those.
wish I didn't have to constantly click buttons on YouTube, or else I'd do that. Like I usually
Yeah.
just find a TV series and let it run. But
Yeah. You could get some pad or device or something, or just have a mouse set up where you could do that. But
yeah,
that,
it's usually my hands are busy. It's just
yeah.
distracting. Like it's just not a
Okay, I
thing I
get you.
need.
Oh, so you really
But I
have.
mean, I don't mind changing something like every 2 hours. But if the videos are
Okay.
changing on me every 15 minutes, nah, fuck that.
So you really need the focus dialed in. That's what you're
Yeah,
saying. Yeah.
yeah. No, that's where I will smoke a little weed during the day because you absolutely kind of zone in. But as much as glass is a creative process, it's also strictly order of operations. If this shit does not happen before this thing happens, it can't happen, or it's gonna break, or so it's especially making something new. No, I'm constantly like in my head designing. I've got the next 5 steps already in my head.
I get you. So you have a whole mathematic to it. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah,
Order of
absolutely.
operations. That's a good way of saying it, man.
It has to be that way. And then once you, that's why so many glass brewers make the same thing over and over again because they dialed in that order of operation, and now they can make them cleanly and quickly.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
But the first off of anything usually takes about 3 to 4 times as long as it should.
Okay. Is that frustrating, or do you do that a lot or anything?
It's only frustrating on a custom order you've already been paid for, and you realize that you've got double the time into it than you thought you were going to.
Yeah.
Because I don't come back to you later and I'm like, well, you owe me twice the money. It took me twice the time. That's fucked up. But
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, we're already at like 16 hours on this piece.
Yeah.
And I got at least 2 more days worth of shit to do to it.
I feel you.
But the closer I get to the end, I can't keep working. It's kind of like I do one little section and then it has to heat back up in the kiln. And then I can do another little section and let it heat back up in the kiln. Trying to
Okay.
keep it all warm and keep it from cracking is sketchy and almost impossible. So it's just work sections at a time. So I may, over the next 2 days, I may only have 2, 3 hours into it each day. But technically, I'm working on it for like 8 hours of the day because it's doing something and then putting it back and doing something and putting it back, which is why I usually make 2 to 3 different things at the same time. So I don't just have that much downtime. But no, that's why when people are like, when's my piece going to get done? I'm like, do you want it done right? It's going to take a little bit longer because I'm just meticulous about it.
Mm.
But even right now, I have 3 different pieces inside of the kiln.
So I don't think you would go in the direction of being a tycoon and dialing it in for like producing a huge volume of pieces, or no?
Well, the second you produce it, you can't produce like that when it comes to glass. Like
Yeah.
every piece really it has to be made by a person, and you're talking a 20-year skill set before they're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Like you just couldn't hire a team that was big enough that'd want to make the same product. The closest you've got is Mothership, and even that I think is like 6 people.
Okay. Mothership is
Yeah,
what?
there's not production. I mean, you can do production houses for bongs because you're putting a tube into a lathe over and over and over again. But you start getting it, you start doing sculptural shit and stuff that just doesn't go in a lathe. Absolutely not. Like, no.
Yeah. Okay. Good clarification. So basically, when you add color, you need to, or you cannot like factory
I want to
produce
get
it
my
or
fucking
something.
tape so bad.
Yeah.
What about color?
Basically, when you add color or intricate design, you cannot mass produce it. That's the rule, basically.
Right. So
I
like,
understand.
looking at this rig that's sitting on the table right now, the whole inside of it is hand sculpted. The rest of
Yeah.
it could be done on a lathe and all slapped together, but you'd need one kind of artist that sat there and at least made the middle sections. And then you could pass them off to somebody, to a team that was working on lathes and is just sticking them inside of bongs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But that's a lot of times when you get that cheap bong that has a sculpture in it, the sculpture is not very good because that's not what they do. Like, you have a production team that was kind of taught how to make something so it didn't crack, and then they just slap them together as fast as they can.
Yeah. Okay. So
I hate it.
yeah, I wonder how they pump out these $40 bongs when you have like an 8-inch 48 or like 40. I mean,
That's
8-inch.
exactly it. They're making about $2 on the bong or $5 on the bong, but they're making a shit ton of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I had an assistant that was just cutting tube to length and all I had to do was slip it into the lathe, round out the mouthpiece, blow a bubble on the bottom, and put a hole in it, I could do that entire process in like 3 minutes.
Fuck.
Well, 5. Like,
Do you think you would ever like
there's
hire someone to try that out and see if that process is profitable at all, or you know it's not profitable?
I hired somebody to do stuff like that at one point in time, where he
Yeah.
was turning my rods into tubes.
Yeah.
Because it's something that is a beginner task, but consumes a lot of my time.
Yeah.
And in that regard, it was profitable because I was still charging the same amount for my pieces, but twice my time was actually spent in finishing them. And he didn't make as much. He made a great wage, but he didn't make as much as I did. So at the end of the day, I made more money.
Yeah. So that's
It
fine.
was
But
a
he
learning
made
experience for him.
he was making between $30 and $50 an hour. Like, he couldn't bitch at all.
Oh
But
wow,
he was also
that's
learning
huge.
though.
Yeah, but he also came to me with like a 10-year-old skill set. Like, he already knew the basics. I just had to show him what I needed him to do. Like, he wasn't capable of making the things like super refined, but he was capable of doing everything that was intermediate level without really any discussion. And I didn't even have him on like hours that he needed to be here. Like, I just had a list of shit to get done, and he'd show up when he had time, and he'd knock out a bunch of shit and get a fat paycheck and go home and do other stuff.
Yeah. So why doesn't everyone do that? Yeah. Does that make sense to you? Or like
It's volume of business. I don't have him here anymore either because I'm not selling as many pieces as I was.
right.
Just because I make them doesn't
Okay.
mean they're going to sell. So
That's based on demand.
and I never prepaid him. Like, he worked if I had an order. But during COVID for like 3 years, I was back ordered by 6 months. So there was always another task for him to do, and the money was guaranteed. But the
Okay.
second that I didn't have an order on that board, he wasn't working. Like, I wasn't going to let him get ahead of me because then I'm going in debt.
Yeah. Right. That's
By the
fair.
way, so these next 2 cans that you're gonna do you have them prepped at all?
I have one
Could we
because
see that?
it has to cool off so I can make the other one exactly the same.
Okay,
It's not even going to make sense at this point. This is what it looks like.
that's what's up.
So the top is way too tall because the bottom tube is what connects to the bottom can on the recycler.
Mm.
And where it jumps into the recycler is part of the purple. So this is my handle to be able to stick it into place. Then I'll pull my handle off, which is when the top of the spray can actually gets shaped. See, it's an exacting process. It has to be done exactly in the order of operation or it's fucked. Also, if that spray can doesn't look exactly like the one that's going on the opposite side, you're always going to know it's uneven. So the best way for me to do that is to make one, let it cool off in the kiln overnight, set it on the table the next day, and make one exactly like it.
That's what's up.
So I have all the measurements right in front of me.
So you said you're gonna do like 2 different colors, right? For those?
Yeah, it already is 2 colors. It's orange and purple.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or not orange and purple, shit, green and purple. It just
Yes.
the green looks orange while it's hot. So yeah, it's been orange and purple to me the whole time I'm working on it, but it's actually green.
Oh, that's actually all green?
It's green and purple. You saw the pictures that I sent you that you posted.
Yeah. I know. It just looks so orange. It looks so orange.
No, the whole top and bottom of this is green.
That's wild. That's raw. That's raw. That's raw.
That's just the way this shit looks.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, it's the red, oranges, and yellows primarily, but that particular green does it too. But like red looks brown, orange looks red, yellow looks orange, green looks orange.
What?
You just have to know what colors you're working with and trust the process.
Did you ever try to trick someone who doesn't know glass blowing and make them like think they're colorblind?
No, but I have to explain it to everybody up front because everybody trips out. So when I send somebody pictures and it's a hot shot, I tell them first thing, this is 1,000 degrees. Don't trip out. The colors look weird. Like, but yeah, I still don't think most people believe me.
No, but they can see when you finish it in its normal temperature. Does it convert colors like instantly, or does it take a while?
It changes temperature. I don't know. I'd say around 400 degrees.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
anywhere above that, it's looking orange, and anything below that, it's looking green.
Wow.
And they all look orange if I liquefy them.
Yeah.
Liquefy them? What?
Like if I heat them up in my torch to the point they're
Oh.
liquid, they're all orange because they all look like lava at that point.
Yep.
But
Yep. Oh,
it
that's
is
neat.
cool because if you actually mix like 4 different colors together when they're in liquid state, you can still see a differential between the colors. They're just different shades of orange.
That's weird. That's cool though. So then what's like the next thing you're gonna work on then for it? Or is there not anything you're gonna do tonight?
The only other thing that I need to do to this piece tonight is actually to add a brace, which is just a rod that, like scaffolding on a building, that will support that funnel I put on top. Because I'm gonna need to let this cool off so that I can make the two cans that the water jumps up through, so that they fit in that area perfectly, like the funnel, like right next to it.
Yeah.
So I have to put a brace on this, which is a rod that goes from the top of the piece to the bottom of the piece and holds it still. Because when I turn off my kiln and I heat it up back up in the morning, it can go off center. Like it can just slightly tilt. Like you don't want that funnel leaning at an angle.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So that's all I'm doing is adding one structural piece to it, and then it's got to cool off until tomorrow.
That's what's up. That's what's
And
up.
then tomorrow I'll make the second little spray can that goes onto the top. I might make the mouthpiece. And then the next day is and I'll probably make the joint so that the next day on Saturday, I can put it all together.
And
But
so
certain things had to get done today so that when they're cold, I can do proper measurements to make the next parts. That's why some of these things just take days.
so then the LSD tab part, right, where you would put the opal, is that going to be added to the one inside?
It's already there.
It's already there?
The first thing I did when we started doing the stream was to sculpt the entire spray can. that went inside. It's got a tongue, it's got a mouth, it's got all of its little sculptural lines, it's got the
Bro.
opal, it's got everything.
Fuck yeah. You couldn't see that fully exactly because it's a little farther away from the camera, but that's hype.
See it?
That looks raw.
Very epic, dude.
Bro. That's
But
gonna
so
be
I just need to take a rod that goes from here over to here. And that's just going to make it so that this funnel can't wobble on me.
yeah. So that's like 1,000 degrees right now.
Yeah, it's 1050.
Whoa. Holy shit.
1050 is the stable point of this glass where it's hot enough it won't crack, but it's cold enough it won't move.
1050, right?
So every kind of glass is different. Some glass that's 960, some glass that's 1100. It just depends on what kind of glass it is. Everyone's different.
Let's hope for borosilicate. That's the temperature.
That's the optimal temp. That's the temp. Yep.
Right.
If I was making something that was thicker, I might turn up the degrees by like 10 degrees. But that's just to make sure that every time I put it back in the kiln, the heat penetrates deeper into something that's thicker. But yeah, 1050 it's called the annealing temperature of the glass. So it can sit all day. It can sit in the kiln all day at 1050 and it won't move.
That's good to know.
And it won't crack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like keeping the piece in stasis. So when I'm doing the other parts and I'm saying like I do a little bit and I put it back in the kiln, I do a little bit, I put it back in the kiln, that's because I'm fighting the clock the entire time. I pull it out of the kiln at 1050 and I'm sculpting only on one area of it. By the time it goes back into the kiln, it could be down to 700 degrees. And if it drops too low, it's going to crack on me. But putting it into my flame, which is like 6,000 degrees, will also thermal shock it and cause it to crack. So when it drops down to 700, you're better at sticking it back in the kiln because it maintains 1050. It'll bring all of it back up to that nice temperature without cracking it. And once it sits there for a minute and the whole thing's 1050, I can pull it back out and do the next step.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a balancing act of never allowing the piece to cool off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get you, man. You know what? How I learned that glass temperature trick is I took out an oven tray, burning oven tray, burning as hell. Ran out. Nope. Ran outside. The smoke alarm didn't go off yet. You know, I think that was clutch. I didn't get the smoke alarm going off, but I put the tray in a bed of snow, and that could have exploded on me. That could have exploded, bro. That was a powerful bang. That sounded like thunder.
Yeah.
I turn my back, close the door, and then I hear thunder. You know.
So what you had was a Pyrex dish, right? It was glass.
Yep. Some sort of clear glass.
That is the exact same kind of glass I used to make pipes.
That's borosilicate oven trays. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So that's your heat differential. So that's if that thing cools off on me improperly, it's going to just shatter.
Yeah. And that's dangerous.
Oh yeah. It can also kill an entire day. Like here's your biggest reasoning on why glass is expensive too. So like if you go to a job and you work 20 hours that week, your boss is going to give you a paycheck for working 20 hours that week. If I work for 20 hours like on this piece and it explodes at the end, I'm not getting paid for that 20 hours. Like I start all over to get back to that 20 hours. Besides the material costs and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So if you're ever wondering why glass is expensive, because fucking break a couple pieces and see what that costs you. You'll start charging more too.
Yeah. Risky, man. Very risky.
Yeah. Every day is a gamble.
That by definition,
the trick is just to be good at it and not break shit, but that's not how glass works in reality. Shit breaks all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, it is not.
So that piece that you already made, like basically, could that break?
Oh yeah. every single step, from this point on gets riskier and riskier and riskier.
Oh. Okay.
Right now, I just put a sculpture inside of a tube and it has some color on it. Once we start doing like shit hanging off the sides, that heat differential. Every time I pull out of the kiln, different spots are heating off or are cooling off in different ways.
Mhm.
So it can fracture in all kinds of different places. Whereas when it's just like a cylinder, like a cup, there's not really hot spots and cold spots. It's kind of a uniform thing. But once you start putting different colors on there and teeth and opals and layering shit, yeah, there's a lot of science to this to not have it just explode on you.
That'd be heartbreaking.
Bro, I got boxes and boxes of broken shit. Like, there's some pretty shit in this box.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm
What's
sure I
the
would smoke
best
out of
piece
any of that.
that like is like kind of broken in there?
There's nothing that's just kind of broken. I can
No.
salvage anything that's kind of broken and would have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That is trash.
Okay.
So have you started?
Now,
on
my
the-
dad comes over here and starts fucking picking through it. And he's like, you should do something with this. And I'm like, it's in the trash can for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like the big chunk of shit that's in there that's super pretty, that's
Yeah.
because the colors are incompatible with each other. So there's no point in trying to use it again. It's just going to crack further.
Yeah.
It can literally never be a piece.
Yeah. He's trying to be
so
resourceful.
That's fucked. So colors can just be like uncompatible, like, and that's just the period of the piece. Like that's it.
You want me to give you the science on it? Here's
Yeah,
your,
sure,
here's,
man.
here's your science on it. So
While we're
clear.
here.
Okay. So borosilicate is COE 33. COE means coefficient of expansion, which, like all molecules, as they heat up or cool down,
There's
they
a limit.
expand or contract.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Okay. If with glass, if the coefficient number is off by 2, so like 33 to 35, that's about the max you can possibly have it be not exactly 33 before their slightly different cooling rates will cause them to pop apart from each other and the piece of glass explodes.
Damn.
It's why I couldn't put window glass with Pyrex, because their numbers are too far off and the molecules will separate from each other and the piece will explode.
Damn.
Okay, so COE 33, the only thing that is clear. Every color modifies that chemical makeup slightly. Okay,
Yeah.
so it can adjust it up or down a point or two, or up a point or two, or down a point or two. No big deal when it's clear. But if I take the one that's 2 up as a color and put it with the one that's 2 down, I now have 4 points of separation. And that shit is likely to crack.
Right. Right. That's an awesome way to say it, man.
I hope that
And
makes sense, but
yeah.
that's
No,
it.
that
Like,
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That's super fascinating.
does.
And you probably learned this
It is.
from where do you typically learn this from? If you're an average
I
glass
have
blower.
every glass blowing book that's ever been invented, but
Oh.
or
Oh,
written.
wow.
But I also I worked in a hot shop for 12 years. That is a huge environment of other glass blowers. It's also a way of blowing glass that's been around for thousands of years versus pipe making. So the
Yeah.
wealth of knowledge in those glass blowers goes back further. Like, it's just deeper. Like there was more people to be able to pick their brains rather than some stoner kids learning to make some pipes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
These are guys that are learning how to make Venetian vases
Yeah.
and talking to the Italians and figuring out the history and making color and
Yeah, I hear there's Italian history of glass blowing, like important
yeah,
glass blowing history there.
like seriously important, because back in the day, if you were a glass blower in Italy, you weren't allowed to leave the country. You weren't actually allowed to leave Venice or Murano.
Yeah.
Or they'd kill you.
because they want your skill so bad.
And they
No?
don't want anybody else in the world knowing it. Because at the time, the only people that had glass really were the Italians and the Russians.
Yeah.
Like other people had glass, but they weren't manufacturing it for, the world's elites dining tables and shit. That's what Venice was doing.
Wow. Okay.
But it was if you leave, we'll kill you and we'll kill your family. So yeah, you were basically trapped on an island as a slave glassblower.
Man, I never would have imagined.
But you've also got the Italian government who's pumping money into it because they're making a killing on it. And you have a bunch of people that can't really leave a confined environment. So all of their knowledge is bouncing off of each other and they're learning from each other constantly and helping each other improve.
Super
So
quickly.
that kind of close-knit competition in a way actually probably helped glass amazingly. That's when most of the colors were really figured out. Like, mixing cobalt oxide with it makes cobalt, mixing gold with it makes a pink. And that's still the trick today when people are like the colors that I have today are insane. When I first started making pipes, there was like 12 colors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like the
So
little,
now you have
the little
hundreds?
box, the little box of crayons. Like you said, orange. There is one fucking orange.
This is in the
Right?
80s.
Like now,
Yeah.
there's like 30 oranges.
Yeah. So from the 80s to now, the colors totally
Well,
changed.
I mean, I started blowing glass in '99.
Right. Okay. 99. Yeah.
And even then, really the only game around was North Star, and then Glass Alchemy got into it. Other companies got into it. Now there's like 15 glass color suppliers.
So that just
Which
happened
is
over
partially
20
why
years.
yeah, but also that's with the pipe industry exploding because even though I could sit here and make little turtles and shit like that all day long on the torch. It's how they're made, but there's no money in it.
Mm.
Like trying to pay your bills is insane if you're making little tiny creatures.
Right.
So it was
For
when
pendants, you're saying?
pipes took off, and
Yeah.
thank Bob for your snotty. Fucking Bob Snodgrass was the one that figured out fuming, which is what makes your pipes change color. And that happened in the 80s, maybe the late 70s. So
it
it just made
changes
glass
color.
pipes.
So it changes color under UV light or just
No, I'm
different shade?
talking about your old classic flower pipe.
Okay.
Like the ones they're just silver fumed and they got a little bit of color on them, but as you smoke out of them, they slowly turn blue.
Okay. I've never seen that. Yeah.
Oh, I guarantee you've seen the pieces a million times. You just didn't know what you're looking at.
Right. Okay.
It's on the top of
So it's
every
common.
bong too. It almost looks like a gold. Looks like somebody hit it with a gold spray paint, like just ghosted, just a little
Oh,
bit.
okay. Yeah. Oh, maybe I just saw that, dude. Maybe it was in clay sculpting. He was talking about his girlfriend, the guy we were just talking to. His girlfriend makes clay sculptures, and it kind of had a orangey red hue to it, maybe, and it was kind of
That
changing.
wouldn't be because
No. Okay.
that wouldn't be because of it. What I'm actually doing is taking a silver coin.
Right.
You see how that coin is all mangled to fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you cut a little sliver off of it, stick a glass rod to it, and when you hold that piece of silver in the flame,
Yeah.
it literally shoots fumes from the silver being vaporized directly in front of the torch.
Yeah.
So if you hold a piece of glass there, it sticks to it.
Okay. That makes sense. And
So
copper.
that's why it's called fuming. But what it is it's just really like such a subtle tint of color into the glass that on pipes that resonate and get backed by black because they're being resonated, that color
Okay.
starts to pop. It just really starts to pop. And you can do weird, trippy 3D shit that makes it, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Just some shit that you could take some acid and just stare at a pipe for a while.
Yeah. Oh, and just look at all the different angles and color and shadings and lightings.
Right. And then you smoke out of it for a month and you do the same thing and you realize that the whole thing's kind of actually changed color and it's got a different depth to it now.
Yeah.
Actually, I love fumed pieces, but there's no point in doing it on an oil rig, and that's mostly what I make.
Yeah.
Like an oil rig will never get enough black behind it to look dope. So it's just
So it's not
kind of hit
something
and miss.
you'll do really.
I'll do it. I mean, but it's
Oh,
just
really?
it's that was the money game back in the day. But
Yeah.
this I'm just so far removed from doing that.
Yeah.
But there's glass blowers that's what they specialize in and can do some crazy ass patterns and color fades between doing it with silver and gold. Because silver gives you kind of a blue, gold gives you kind of a pink.
Okay.
Mm.
And you can kind of overlay them. You can start to get yellows and greens, and there's some tricky shit. Every glass blower has that one little thing that they like super specialized in. So yes, like we can all kind of do a little bit of what everyone else does, but each of us has mastered something.
Yeah.
Like that one thing that sets you apart that you decided to get really good at.
Whimsy was having those like crazy range of colors on his pieces. He's probably pretty good at that.
Yeah, I usually try to have a big range of colors in my pieces just because I never know what color somebody's going to like. But
Yo, by the way,
and my
if you
favorite shit is the trippy colors. And the trippy colors are ones that actually have silver in them.
Yeah.
So that as you're heating it, that color itself gets fuming layers and it just changes colors. Like I can get yellows, reds, blues, purples all out of the same rod. I have almost no control over which one of those color or which of those colors is going to show up and how, but it makes for something super trippy.
Nice. Yeah.
Hey, if you
So
don't mind me asking, so right, he- so you did just the prep work and all that, nothing else?
I mean, that depends on how you look at it. I'm
No, no,
prepping the
no,
entire.
no, no, no. I was just wondering, like, did you start anything on like the pendant or anything? Like, is there anything we could see of that or anything
No,
like
I
that
haven't.
or
I
no?
haven't. I haven't
Okay,
started those pieces
that's
yet.
what
They'll come.
I was wondering. That's all. My bad.
So when I get to
I didn't mean for it to come out like
no,
that.
no, no, you're all good. When I was talking before about there's times when I have to like do a little bit of work and put the piece back in the kiln, and do a little bit of work and put the piece back
Mhm.
in the kiln. Those are the times when I'll make the pendants and stuff. Like when I have that forced downtime.
Yeah.
But everything that I've been doing up to this point has had me just solid working.
Okay.
Like for making the tube and prepping the bottom and getting the can done and whatever. Like there hasn't been that I have to set it down and then what do I do for a minute? Those will be the times when I fill in with the other shit. That's how I always do it. Keeps me working.
Fuck yeah.
But like I said too, there are like 3 things in here because I'm never working on one thing at a time, and one piece just needed a touch up. I got another order that's halfway done. I balance all of you guys so I can just keep moving.
Epic, man. And that just helps you in between tasks when you have to wait for these processes.
Yeah, and there's times too when like you might need a little bit of a mental break on one piece, but you're going to come back to it in an hour. Just stop. Like go on, make something else. Like don't push through the frustration if you're getting frustrated. Just stop for a minute. Doesn't mean I stop blowing glass, but I may shift gears.
I get you.
Yeah, I think that's really cool when you're doing an activity where you're shifting gears. You said you had ADD, maybe like something like that. But wait, did you
I
say
got a
that?
little bit of OCD, but no, it's not that bad.
Yeah, yeah. So if
I've
you're,
always been one of those people like I'm like it's like I line up shit efficiently. Like
yeah,
I've been doing glass for so long, I don't. I worked for people, and I've worked
yeah,
for myself, and especially when you're working for people on an hourly wage, there's no downtime.
yeah.
Like if your hands aren't full, do something else.
Yeah, Because task switching, I was gonna say, is really interesting sometimes,
I
and that
respect
can
you
keep
for
the
that,
job
bro.
way less boring. Yeah, for a
Yeah.
lot of people who like that.
And that's it too. Like it's when you're working on something that's big or something that's crazy, like you do start to get there's some nerves in you and shit like that. Cause you know that at any point in time something could go wrong and you just lost 20 hours worth of work.
So
So
you're used to handling those
don't
nerves.
work while you got the fucking nerves. Like just back off for a minute. Like
Yeah.
do something else. Come back to it. I've had pieces where I got halfway through it and set it on a shelf for 2 weeks and just stared at it every day, figuring out how I'm going to approach the next part of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's important for a lot of things. I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why even like if my wife's down here or other people are down here, I usually don't talk to anybody.
At
'Cause I
least
can't
still
focus.
you're not rushing it and fucking it up, you know?
No, I'll this thing will be in the mail to you on Monday with the case and everything that's going with it. I can't ship this weekend anyways.
Oh no, I was saying like inspiration. Like you
Yeah,
don't
no,
want to
but
you don't want
that's
to
what I'm
force
saying is like,
inspiration and
yeah, because I get people like this the second that they pay me, they're like, "Is this going to be done this week?" And I'm like, "Okay, first off, I have 3 orders ahead of you,
Mhm.
and do you want me to rush through your piece, or can you just like give me like 10 days, and I'm going to come back with you something dope?" But you try to like, how do you put this? There's 3 choices. You can have it right, you can have it cheap, or you can have it fast, but you
Ooh.
only get to pick 2.
Yep.
So if you want it right and fast, it's not going to be cheap. If you want it fast and cheap, it's not going to be right.
Right.
So that's kind of how that lies. Like, give me the opportunity to be inspired by your piece and just keep going on something that's going to be dope.
and that's what
Like,
I hope happens, bro.
yeah, like if you push me and I start getting frustrated, and then I'm frustrated with the person and I'm frustrated with the piece, and it's like that's when shit just goes wrong, and nobody's happy.
That's a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
But bro, hey, do make sure to send me pictures after, like after stream, so I can post that as well on the reel. Cause I would
All right.
love to get those up on the reel, bro. Dude, that
Yeah.
looks fucking gorgeous. I like,
Good.
dude, it makes my heart rush.
Good. I'm glad you like it. And I'll
Fuck
send you
yeah.
pictures as I get the parts done too, because once I've got the 2 cans on the side, is when it's really going to start coming together and looking dope.
So you think people probably don't understand how long it takes, huh? Because they're saying 10 days, and I would expect a month based on what I know, like, or 20 days to a month, yeah, for a piece, for a general piece.
Yeah, it all depends on what I'm doing. I mean, there's some pieces I can knock out in like 4 hours. Pieces like this are usually a multi-day process. Like this shit doesn't just happen real fast. And people get jaded too because they see like the glass blowers go to competitions and they know the competition was only like 2 days long, and here's this massive crazy thing they made. But the part they're not realizing is that that glass blower did all the prep work before they ever even showed up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like they just spent 2 days putting parts together that were already made. So they may already have a month into that piece that you don't realize was there.
Oh, yeah,
Damn.
I'm sure.
But that's for the shows too. The shows don't want us showing up and just doing prep work. That shit is boring to watch. So we show up and then we do all the sculptural shit and the final construction and all that, because that's really what people want to see.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
So that would be just you melting and fusing different ends of the glass, probably.
Yeah, like if we were doing an Alice in
And you
Wonderland
do a
piece, the
show?
hat might already be made, the cat might
Yeah.
already be made,
Yeah.
and I'm just sticking them together and putting a mouthpiece on it and giving it a fitting so you can smoke out of it. Like
Nice.
usually that shit's already done.
Nice.
Not
So,
always. There's some competitions where you kind of got to start from scratch, but not
so
many.
there's these competitions and shows. I've never been personally, but you're like glass blowing at the show or something, or no?
For a lot of them.
A lot of them are. Okay.
Most of the time, that's how they get the crowds in. It's the glass blowers are finalizing their pieces, um, and everybody gets to watch them make, put together that masterful piece.
Yeah.
And
And the show is
then if the
prepared.
show's if the
Yeah.
show's 2 days, usually then all the pieces come out of the kiln the next morning and they all get put out on display for judging.
Yeah. And then people can buy them at the end of the 2
who did they
days.
get
Really
sold
exciting.
to?
Whoever wants to buy them, you got the money, it's all yours.
Really? That's how that works at Champs. I thought it was like sold to like maybe specific people.
I did see a thing where he was entered into a this guy was entered into, he got like a ticket, so he was able to get dibs on buying bongs first in a certain competition. I think maybe that they do that for some competitions
Oh, he bought a VIP ticket for a show, is what he did.
or for a show. Yeah.
Yeah. And those like I've done that like the last 2 years running in November in Cali, I brought what 2 months worth of work down to just sell kind of all in one night.
Nice. And so that works.
You get it doesn't always work the way you want it to. I usually sell 2/3 to 3/4.
Right.
But it's also specifically a show for me that has been advertised with my name to collectors that want to buy my work. So like it's not just walking into a head shop. You're specifically coming to see what I just made and get first dibs on it.
Nice. Yeah.
But in those events, typically, yes, there's a VIP pass that gets you in early, early buyer. Usually whatever your VIP pass costs you, a portion of that goes towards the purchasing of a piece.
Oh, that's wrong.
So you're not just like stuck with buying an expensive ticket. It's just their way to make sure you're a serious buyer before you show up. But a lot of these places, it's gab bars and catered food, and it's a party.
Yeah.
It's a party to look at some cool glass, swoop a new piece, take some dabs, and hang out with some friends.
So did we talk about if you're making mostly custom pieces, or do you make a lot of pieces that you just want to make a design and you just want to make it just because of an idea?
My shit is an even 3-way split. I have a third wholesale, a third custom orders, and a third whatever I want.
Okay. Damn. Yeah. So that's really balanced. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be real, like I'd rather be in a position where I'm just back ordered like a crazy man, and then I'm bitching that I don't get to make what I want, but I know my bills are paid. Usually, when I have my third of a time to make stuff because I want to, or make stuff that I want, it's because I don't have an order on the board, or I know that like the next one that I have, I don't actually need to get done for about 2 weeks, so I'll take a week and just fuck around on what I want to.
Yeah. Do you get any crazy ideas for rigs?
Yeah, constantly.
Constantly.
But
That's
my
cool.
shit's sculptural, so it's not that I don't see it scientifically. Like I don't see a recycler with all these tubes and all this crazy shit. I'm more likely to see a character in my head.
Nice.
Like I want to take this character but do it like this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or I wake up randomly one morning and I'm like, well fuck, I have a piece of orange tubing. What am I gonna do with it? And I'll make an orange.
What?
Nice, man.
Is that posted yet?
No.
No.
But see, like sometimes that's where the inspiration comes from. Like sometimes I just walk into my shop and I look around at the colors I have, and I'm like, I want to play with this color today. I'm gonna make something out of it, and I just kind of go from there. Like, what would look dope in this? Like, slime green. Well, shit, maybe I'll make a Slimer today.
Bro, how much is that gonna go for?
Like 600.
600. That's raw.
Yeah.
That's raw as fuck, bro.
Probably 550.
That's a steal, man. That's a fucking raw ass piece. Sexy.
That's what I'm telling you, man. You got a fat hookup on your recycler.
I know. Oh, I know.
I should just sit here and make little guys all day long. Everybody's got $500 to drop on a rig, right?
No,
I know
was
that.
talking to a lot of buddies, man. I've been
Most
actually
kids don't
plugging
have-
you quite a bit. I've been telling everybody. because I've been pretty excited about this myself as well. So, but man, a lot of people, I keep hearing the same response. When I get the money, man, that's my first person I'm going to.
No, I take payments.
But
No, I appreciate that. Like, I want to know that whoever's getting my piece absolutely loves it. Or what's the fucking point? Like, if I'm not getting a good deal on it and you're not getting a good deal on it and we're not both happy, then it's kind of like a ruined experience, like for both of us. Like, I know
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying the piece anymore. You're not enjoying the piece anymore. Like, there has to be a way where there's a balance that makes both of us happy.
yeah,
Yeah. So that experience is
And
important.
if I can't do something for a price, I'll tell you, but I'll probably tell you why.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just like, nah, I don't make shit at that price. It's like, no, if I'm going to do that, it's because I've got to get this and I've got to do that. And this is how many hours are going in. Like, I try to explain it.
mhm. Bro. By the way, have you been seeing the Instagram account at all? Have you saw the followers?
I haven't looked at the number of followers, but I constantly see everybody that you're doing
Mm-hmm.
your videos with.
Yeah, bro. Dude, like 70 some followers already, bro. 70
Good.
some. Bro, we're about to pass the Discord server. I was a little worried. I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? I was like, how did this happen? Shit.
What do you mean? Like the Discord server can't handle that many people?
Well, so I wanted the Discord server to have the mass of the people, you know? And that's why it's kind of like difficult right now because we need to get a verification bot in here so that we can actually verify people when they come in, and then we'll be able to start plugging it. By the way, Jamurai, your
Yeah.
links on all your socials do
Yeah.
not work that you posted. Don't work.
Okay. Okay.
I tried to click
I'll
them,
have to
and
see about that. Yeah.
I've heard people ask about them before on the Kick and YouTube and stuff, and they said that they couldn't click it, like it was, and they thought it was like a taken down channel. So that's why I'm mentioning it.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. Thanks for letting me know.
Yep,
I gotta check that out.
bro. That tube though, what's that tube for, bro? When you were running into it, man,
What to?
the tube
What?
that when you had it on the lathe.
When I had the big tube on it,
Yeah.
it was just something to hold on to the down stem while I slid it inside of the base.
Oh,
No, that's that order of operation. Even though I didn't need that fucking tube, but the only thing I needed was a connection point until I got that thing stuck inside of the piece.
oh, that's what's up, bro. I want to hit my
No,
fucking
there's a
hit.
lot. There's a lot in glass too that's kind of like wasted glass. Like even putting the brace. Like when I say I'm going to put a rod from the bottom of your piece to the top of it to hold it stable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not part of the finished piece. So at some point in time, that gets cut off and thrown away. So there's a lot of like little ends of shit that are just constantly getting thrown away. I actually throw away a considerable amount of glass. I wish that recycling centers actually took Pyrex.
That's bullshit.
No, there's literally a hole in my table that is just filled with broken shit. It's all the ends of rods, and I have two different size rods and tubes that I literally buy as waste material. Like all they are to me is handles. Like
Is
they are
9/11
never
odd?
they're
Yeah.
never a part of the finished piece. They will always get thrown away.
Yeah, I was just about to say it's 9/11 somewhere in the world right now.
9/11.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just had to mention that.
Every
Every
hour
time
on
it
the
hits.
hour.
Well, no, no, no. So like, especially around right now, there's probably like 3 different time zones that are around 9/11.
And
And so like a couple different time zones at a time are hitting 9/11, meaning
Yeah,
that when it hits 11, technically it's 9/11.
that's true.
You you lived through 9/11, bro. You saw it on the TV. Were you
Yeah.
like young, or were you like already like semi-grown?
I was already grown. I had my own house.
Shit, bro. What
My
did
my
you?
my kid was little. What was it? 9/11 was what, 20 years ago?
Your
Yeah.
kid was just born.
Yeah, just had the 20-year anniversary. Yeah, so I was 34, 33.
So then,
Yeah, my
did you
kid
have
was born.
did you
No,
have
bro,
any
I
did you
thought
have any
I thought I was watching a movie. I fell asleep with the TV on,
you didn't
and
have
I
any
woke up in
family
the
members
morning to
near it?
I woke up in the morning to see an airplane hit a building and thought I was watching like Die Hard or something,
Yeah.
and just went back. Yeah, just went back to sleep.
Am I
Like
still
I woke up
tripping?
like 3 hours later and it was still on the TV, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Did I
I
Um,
take
slept through it.
did
I
I take
slept
too
through the
much
hype. Like,
mushrooms?
huh?
I said, did I take too much mushrooms?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
and then I was like, "What the fuck happened?" So I went down to work because that's where all my friends were.
and they told you?
Yeah, I was like, "What's going on? Is America under attack? They're shutting down the fucking no airplanes can fly." The bridge I take to my dad's house was shut down with a tank in the middle of the bridge because they
the
were
hell?
afraid of a bombing of the bridge.
The
Shit,
hell, bro? That's intense.
that's nuts. That's wild.
Oh, 9/11, COVID, school shootings, Cold War.
A lot of differences. Yeah. Before
Texas
2000.
almost
War.
starting as Texas almost starting a civil war.
Yep.
I love how
Well,
everybody forgot that. Like we all just swooped it under the table after Texas almost started a civil war.
yeah. Like, no, we will keep our wall up.
Dude, you know what's actually fucked though? Dude, like on that topic, I don't want to go too much into it, but like we all technically they said like we have a limit or something with like how much we can economically withstand or something like with food and like taxes and all that or something.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know
The
too much
American
on the
dollar is about to
specifics.
collapse.
Yeah, we've been fucking with it too much, bro. We've been
Yeah.
giving money to countries. We've been taking out money for all sorts of shit, dude. We're so in debt that like I guarantee you the US probably doesn't even want to identify with the US dollar in the upcoming years. They'll probably
No.
identify with a
And
cryptocurrency.
Russia and China and all them have already created their own dollar, so they don't use the US dollar in world trade anymore.
Really?
Yep. No, the dollar is becoming worthless. And guess what? We're going to do what we always do, start a fucking war. I guarantee you that this is going to get pushed to some kind of economical fucking point where we start a war.
Oh yeah, one world
We'll make it look
government.
like we'll make it look like somebody else started it because we do that. But
They want a one world government, bro. I mean, that's what
yeah,
everybody's been wanting for a long time.
but
Every country wants to have their
the
control
only
over the
way for
entire
our
world.
economy to fucking come back at this point in time is to take over like Russia and China and make a world economy.
Yep. And it would literally fix the world. Like we could fix the world if all the countries worked together and it was a one world government,
Yeah.
we'd fix like so many problems.
Yep.
So many problems.
Yeah, but it
Dude,
doesn't even work with
Africa would be
NATO.
full of cities. Mexico would be full of buildings, skyscrapers, bro, all sorts of shit, way more than they've ever seen, bro. It'd
Yeah.
be insane. It'd
It's been
be a
a long time,
completely
probably.
different world. It looked like a utopia practically.
You could turn Africa into the world's farmland.
Oh
Like
yeah, huh. Yep, exactly.
but you're never
Well,
as
actually,
long
you
as
can't
long
farm everything there.
I'm gonna put this way. As long as religion exists and people's inability to see eye and eye with another, this is always going to repeat itself.
I would actually say, well, fun fact. I just found this out.
I
You
know I
know,
threw religion out there. I just created an argument.
bro. Now listen. So Christianity originated
Uh,
from Africa. I just found that out today.
Christianity originates from paganism.
Nope, it originated from Africa, bro. Dead serious.
I'm not saying paganism doesn't have some roots in Africa, but I'm saying like Christ and the devil and all that shit was pagan.
Bro, but I'm talking back King James, bro. That was over in Africa, bro. Like dead serious. They had
King James
Christianity back over
rewrote
there.
the Bible.
I know, but they had the Bible over in Africa already at that time.
Right. So I'm saying before that, because that would have been before Christ. Right?
Mhm.
Is my math wrong on that? Because the Bible came afterwards, didn't it? Or did it come before?
No, I
Yeah, like
think the
200
Bible was
years
written
after or
like the
something?
second, like it was written over in the Middle East, you
The
know,
first
by like
century or something.
priests. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was written beforehand. You're right. With the exception of like, see, I'm not religious at all. Like, you want me to start
It
quoting
just
when
was
the
an
Bible came out? I don't fucking know.
That's why I think it's very confusing about the originate the like origin of the Bible.
But you've got so many factions. Like the Muslims are always going to fight the fucking Jews, and the
I know
Jews are
for
always going to
real.
be. The Christians are always going to try and kill fucking everybody. Like, yeah.
No,
But
the Christians and the
we
Jews
can't
work
see eye
together.
to eye.
The Christians and the Jews semi work together, but then they both hate the Muslims for some reason.
Well, I
I
mean, it's like
I
if you
think
want to
what
see
it is.
racism, like you never seen racism like Asian people against other Asians because
No,
there's so many different ethnicities. Like
I think what it is like it started off
the
as
closer you are to home,
right.
the more
Hear me out
complaints you
real
got.
quick. Right, when you have an older generation, right? They're stuck with an older mindset.
Yep.
Well, Christianity and Islam have both been around. They're the older religions.
Yep.
And then Islam, the Muslim religion came in, right? And they're like, yo, we're the 2.0 version of Christianity. And the Jewish people and Christians, bro, were like, fuck you, shut the fuck up,
But
kill
see,
yourself. And then they fought
Christianity
them.
was version 2.0 of the
So
Jews.
I know, for real.
Like, no, everybody takes their little ideal and they fucking twist it a little bit, and then
Yep.
they represent it. I mean, that's Mormonism. My mom's fucking Mormon.
Dude, have you heard about that book? There's a book that talks about the history of religion and how it how it goes back.
There's a whole bunch of books that talk about the history of religion.
No. And like it talks about like how like each religion originated from the original religion, and the original religion was the
Yeah,
Sumerians. The
yeah,
Sumerians.
yes, absolutely.
Bro, it's
That we
wild.
know of. That we
Yep.
know of. Because
Yes.
last thing I
Recorded.
heard, our ancestors are 16,000 years old, and then I just saw something where they found ones that were 250,000 years old. So I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
all about. Do you realize that in the 1800s they didn't even know dinosaurs existed?
I know. Yeah, that's bro. People. That's why
Like,
people. Someone. Dude, you just threw another thought up into my head, dude. Someone saw. I saw a podcast video about that, talking about how you guys realize if they were to have dinosaurs back then, they wouldn't call them dinosaurs. They'd call them dragons.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that was it too. When you find that random bone, so that's where like the folklore comes from. Like humans need an explanation for everything, and if they can't figure one out, they'll make one up. And a lot of times, that made up one becomes fact, religion. Like I don't know.
Isn't that funny though?
But like
Dude, they call
I've
them
read the
they
Bible,
call them
and like my
dragons.
grandma's hardcore Christian, and she used to take us to church all the time. But my stance on that is it's a very good book with a lot of lessons to be learned. But I don't like the way that it's taught. Like
The
I don't need
organization.
your I don't need your preacher. I don't need the
Yeah,
organization behind it. Like allow it to
Yeah,
be its own
right.
inspirational
I
book
feel
for
like
what
there's
it
a lot of
is.
forced. There's a lot of
Yeah,
forced.
when a church basically has a military, shit is wrong.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you're enforcing a belief system. Yeah.
Enforcing a belief system with death. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I have a mad respect for all religions. I also
Exactly.
pretty much I've also pretty much hate all priests, like, or all institutions around them.
Yeah, I never
Can
never
I
was
actually
into
tell
that.
you something? At one point, I thought about being a priest,
No
but
way.
in the only sense of like, bro, hear me out. I want to push like actual like good points instead of the basic shit that people tell each other. Cause like, bro, one thing that always pisses me off, they'll be like, "You're going to hell. That's a sin." Telling someone that they are going to hell and that's a sin, that is a sin in itself. That you are
My
not
favorite
supposed
part
to do
about
that.
my favorite part about that whole religion is just live your life the worst you
Exactly.
fucking can, and on your deathbed ask for forgiveness.
Yup. And
Right?
Jesus will
Like,
give it
that's
to you,
fucked
bro.
up.
Jesus will give it to you,
I
bro.
think, dude, you know what it does? It
Like,
encourages fucked up shit. I think it does that. I think it's possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and like, there's two different versions of Christianity. There's ones that like celebrate God, and there's other ones that believe they have to be penitent to Him, which means living a life of suffering on purpose. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, suffering and sacrifice. Like, yeah, there's times when make that choice. There's reasons why, but
Yeah.
just to live under a doctrine that is that's stifling. It's got to be.
That's damaging. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard enough being alive, like, you know?
Yeah. And I understand like having a fear of dying and what's next and trying to grasp an answer. I do understand that. I don't like the way it's acted out
Yeah.
for the most
I
part.
just take
For
it
the
as,
most part, like churches can be
yeah.
great communities and great support structure for people. Like, I'm not. It's just it's kind of hit and miss, and unfortunately, for the most part, it's a shit show.
100%. Sometimes though it can be good with morals. You know, I've said that like the
Oh yeah,
morals of
so do I.
religion in general do really help tie down a society and kind of help keep it from going on a, you know, a rampage. So,
I can't argue with you on that, but I do have a question regarding that. So
yeah.
if that's the stance, is that the man giving us something that will just surpass, like, just pacify us? Like,
Well, so when we when we believe in religion, there's certain things that we learn. You know, like you were talking about, some people like to live a certain way, you know?
yeah.
Like I genuinely think like, you know, people don't have to wait till marriage to have sex, but that's a
Mhm.
good moral to have. You know what I mean? Like that's a good way to think about it, to feel more about love and passion and then just
Yes,
pleasure, you know?
I
And
can completely agree with that
like I
statement.
think there's certain parts of it like
But
I
the
really
forcible guilt behind it, I don't like.
no, 100%. And that's what I was talking about. Like I don't agree with that part of it because a lot of these people they'll be like that's a sin. You're going to hell. That's evil. In it that in itself is a sin and it talks about that in the Bible. It says that you will be judged not by your sins, but by how many
Just
times
don't
you
judge other
pardon
people.
how much times you pardoned your enemies for their
Yeah.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Bro, and that's
Yep.
it's as simple as that. You need to be patient with others. People fuck up.
Yep. That's why I'm tolerant of all religions, all races, all
Mhm.
backgrounds. Like, I don't give
Beautiful.
a fuck. This comes
Exactly.
down to, are you a good person? Like, if
Exactly.
you're not a good person, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But if you're a good person, I don't care who you are. Come on over.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly, bro.
No, exactly.
You guys know a huge skepticism of Catholicism, I think, would be that you have to tell
Catholicism.
you have to tell a priest in
Sorry.
confession your like darkest secrets. And then what do? Right? They have your darkest secrets, bro. They can manipulate that as much as they
yeah,
want and get money out
yeah,
of you. They can get
yep.
anything out of you, dude, at that point.
Tell the
They
state
can
the
be like,
secrets. Yep.
Glasshole, I know what you did. I know why this guy died, I might tell people if
Yep.
unless, you got a bank account, you know, and see what we can do.
The church needs a new roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need more stained
Jesus
glass.
has been looking a little rusty.
Yep. Nope. The church is one of the largest landowners in the United States. I know they're the largest landowner in New York City. Like,
Yeah.
they're just it's a corporation.
Yeah.
And it's
It's an
like
excellent
politics.
business.
You know, you got to
Yeah.
take the business the fuck out of it.
It's an excellent business. It's way easier business than glass blowing, for example, with all the risk in it.
It's an untaxable business that people just
Untaxable.
give you money for no services. Like,
They're giving you money for like distributing a book and talking about it, and then that's it. And it's
Yeah.
so easy.
and I bet you the first thing that the
Book
God would
club.
say is you can't buy your way into heaven. So
Yeah.
stop trying.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can be rich and still go to heaven, but you cannot buy your way into heaven.
No. I hope the day I die, every single credit card I have is maxed and my bank account is empty.
Hell yeah, man. Same.
I think that debt gets transferred then over to your kids.
Not anymore.
No, all your
Oh,
debt
not
doesn't.
anymore.
So I know
No.
a guy who, yeah, his mother was in a bunch of debt, and they're just like, whatever, I don't care, you know.
Yep.
And they ignored it, and so
That
she
does
just got
depend
money
on the
for her
state.
son. Yeah, and her son paid for
That
everything.
does depend on the state, but yeah, no. That death tax isn't there in the same way anymore.
Yeah.
And you
Damn,
can
I
do
know.
cheater shit. Like when my dad owned his own business, I was a partner. I was a partner of his business at 12 because it made it that if he died, I could liquefy the business without being taxed in the same way that the death tax hits you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because the
Smart.
death tax would take like 45 to 65% of the assets. Whereas
Super smart,
if
man.
I'm selling my company,
Damn.
I'm just paying a capital gains tax. That's no big deal.
Okay. Yeah.
No, a lot of that shit's that way. That's why you're like, why are all of these companies set up in Arizona? Like almost every trucking company has a headquarters in Arizona, including U-Haul.
For
Like
taxes.
every U-Haul truck has an Arizona plate on it.
Yeah.
And that's because it's cheapest to have a fleet of trucks and insure them in Arizona.
Right.
So, like setting up the business, the least amount of taxes on the transfer of a business are in Nevada. So the whole business was set up through Nevada.
For sure.
And so that's what I wish I had gone to school for, was fucking finance. Because a lot of this shit
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
can
learn
skirt
until
a
my
lot of
late
laws.
30s and 40s.
Yeah, you can just totally
I've
ignore a
told
lot
people
of
that.
laws. You can get, there's so
No,
many
like-
ways. Yeah.
Jeff Bezos, in order to not pay taxes, literally he doesn't make a paycheck. He literally takes loans against his stock holdings, which
Yeah.
puts him in debt automatically. And he has his stocks go up, but that's not, he didn't sell them, so that's not money in hand. But he can take out another loan that will pay off the original and give him more money in his pocket. So he's constantly living in a world of debt where he doesn't have to pay taxes because he's just borrowing money against his stocks.
But he can order a yacht and mark it as a business expense and
Yep.
and
Hey,
live the craziest
I'll be
life ever.
back. I gotta go take care of some stuff real quick. So, give me like
You're all good. I'm actually
20
going to
minutes
bounce
or
on you
so.
guys because I need to go eat dinner.
You're good, man. That's fine. It's
But
been amazing, man.
I'll send some pictures as I get further, and I'll send
Ah,
over a
okay.
picture of where it's at tonight.
Fuck yeah, bro.
All right, thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
It
You
was
guys
nice
have a good
meeting
night.
you, man.
Good night, bro.
Peace.
Bye.